So what is it, 57 now?
Yeah, you gotta add long snappers and holders.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys tweeting out a link so we can share the link for.
Yeah, say if you want to drop it in the.
I'm getting it now.
Full NFL roster, so what is it?
And then we'll have a 12-man practice squad as well that you can draft.
I like it.
Add long snappers and holders.
Oh, someone's echoing you.
That's me. Sorry.
Don't forget punters. Don't forget punters.
I mean, I do like hearing my own voice, but
Live on YouTube right now.
Yep, we're live on YouTube. I am getting you guys
on there so I could share it right now.
Yep, I'm getting you guys sent over the link into the group chat.
I might beat you.
You're right, Tommy. Paulie is lit.
All right, got the link.
Paulie selected the 101.
No.
Are we picking?
No, we don't. We're not picking spots yet.
No, I didn't need to. I was switching over to another stream.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe you. That's a lie.
No, I actually did not mean to do that. I just moved myself to 12. There you go.
Yeah, just be ready to jump wherever you get chosen, I think.
Right. I moved it. I didn't think I was trying to get that 101.
You know, the issue we had last time is that not everybody was on here, so
yeah,
it became more of a problem just to get it going.
Facts. No, we're live right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Dilly, Rum, give me money.
What's up, ladies?
All
three of you hit up my DMs.
Yeah, I'm beyond excited to finally be able to get all of these gentlemen all together at the exact same time. Literally some of my favorite podcasts and fantasy football Twitter accounts in the whole entire industry. I've admired every single one of these dudes for a long time. Just a couple of them, you know, they work with Rumboyz.com. You know, Jimmo, you know, Miles, you know, Bogart, who's just now getting up in here. As well as
zero gentlemen in this room, by the way.
But I want to go ahead. I want to shout out everyone else that's here. First,
hey,
we have a newcomer. Hold up, Bogart. We have a newcomer representing the Fantasy 5. He's also a writer for the Fantasy Footballers. Very well-known podcast, probably the most known podcast in the industry. Ryan, what's good, bro?
Not much. Thanks for having me. Glad to be in here with this group of degenerates. Get some drafting done. So,
the Fantasy Footballers, is that a new podcast or?
Yeah, a couple of buddies out in Arizona just decided to start something.
The Fantasy Foot Godders.
Tiny.
But I write for the website. I don't do anything much with the show, but the guys are awesome, and you'll find myself on Twitter.
He has a mustache.
And I will argue I have the greatest mustache in fantasy football right now.
I think your mustache will give Minshew a run for the money.
I appreciate that. That's my goal right there. I'm gonna call.
There's
him out.
one dude that I saw that had like a giant curly Q.
Oh,
I can do it. I just don't have the wax
one
in.
of the. Yeah, that's how I had mine when in Afghanistan when I grew mine out. It was awesome.
It's awesome. Yep.
You guys also know he's a recurring guest. He's representing his brand, his company that he works with, the Undroppables Fantasy Football Stoner, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
what's up, man? Thanks for having me back. It's been a few weeks since I've been back here, so I'm stoked. This was always a good time. Yeah, at the Undroppables, at Fantasy FB Stoner. Let's go. Let's have some fun, man.
Hell yes. And in the box right below him, rocking honestly the greatest, most historic jersey in all of like basketball, period. The greatest damn team in the world. Honestly, we've been friends for a long time. I look up to you, Tommy.
Joe Montana jersey?
Hey,
come on now.
Hey, that's the Mamba, baby. Mamba mentality. Tommy, what's going on, man? It's been a while. How have you been, bro?
What's up, Robbie? Hey, man. I'm glad to be here. Yeah, it's been a long time. Happy to get on with all these crazy guys on here that we always have a good time on Twitter. So it's always gonna be a good time tonight with everybody.
Absolutely.
You know, Tommy and I are literally right now. Yeah.
Right now.
Literally like less than a mile away from each other.
Wow.
I know. Oh, I know.
You guys are sharing Wi-Fi.
Yep. Totally.
We
suck that
could,
shit.
I mean, realistically be in the same backyard and stay 6 feet away from each other.
He's right there.
And had I known he was going to be on this, I would have planned that earlier for
Is
sure.
that all right?
So that would have been the most baller shit ever.
Just wait. It'll happen.
I think the screens would have moved. And
I would have had to take my sleeves off my shirt though, just to.
Right next to Tommy. This man is a legend on Twitter. If there's a gym that's hidden in the draft that you need to know about, this is the account that you 100% need to follow. And I'm talking about Paulie Sleepers. Paulie, what's good, bro? Oh, Paulie got the audio off. He got the audio off.
I got it. What's up, boys?
Remember, Paulie's pushing 50, so we might need to help.
I mean,
he's actually only 27, but
I mean, I did eat at Howard Johnson's today.
Yeah.
Paulie, tell the people a little bit about yourself, brother.
Oh man, I mean, if you do fantasy on Twitter, you probably run across me. Just all about that action, boss.
Nice. Nice
just,
Lynch reference.
yeah, love it, man. Just, I mean, tight community. We've been doing more stuff like this in our kind of circle here lately with the social distancing. I mean, I think I've been on Zoom with Stoner like 3 times in the last week. So this is the new, this is the new norm. But it's nice. It's nice to see your faces.
He needs Spank Bank material. That's why he keeps trying to get me on Zoom.
Instead of just reading, I mean, there's no context in text, is what I always say. So to see your faces and be a part of this is pretty cool. We just hope my ass stays up. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but shit, man, always old.
Hopefully you rock with us the whole time, Paulie. Right next to Paulie, representing Fantasy Go is Dave. Dave, what's good, bro?
What's happening, fellas? Appreciate the invite. I'm excited about showing you how bad my drafting skills are. And I appreciate it. It's a fun group here. It's pretty cool getting everyone online.
Dude.
Love the accent.
Thanks, fellas. It's fake. It's all
Every
fake.
time.
You do a really good job at it. And if you guys haven't gone to Fantasy Go yet, go there. You can hire your favorite analyst, help set up your lineup for you.
Nice. Did Fantasy Go on or Fantasy Go NFL?
Yeah, Fantasy Go NFL. Yeah, so if you go to fantasygo.com, you can actually download the app from the website. And yeah, Justin, Ryan are on there. So you choose whichever analyst you want to work with, and you get a pretty intimate one-on-one experience. Getting your fantasy expert to help you get your championship. So check it out, fantasygo.com.
Oh,
Bro, I would love you to.
Sorry.
Again, I missed that.
You guys are in San Diego.
Correct. Yeah, in San Diego.
Nice. Okay, cool. I'm in Huntington Beach. We'll have to get together sometime.
Very cool. It's awesome.
And also, one day I intend on having an autobiography done. I would love you to narrate it for me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you want that. I was going to say, you guys, are putting on great American accents. So I thought this was an Australian fantasy podcast.
I've been working on mine for like
I know
34 years.
Oh, howdy.
Doing a good job, man.
Thanks.
The weirdest thing is David's actually from Oklahoma, so he doesn't even know why you talk.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I just watched a lot of Crocodile Dundee growing up.
The first guy to say that's not a knife loses their first round pick.
Paulie, you stopped me in my tracks, Paulie.
Was that close?
Yeah, I know somebody got it on the tip of. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Or ask about Fosters, all right? Those two, you lose your first round pick straight away.
Oh, I've already had the discussion with you, Dave. I'm good on that one.
The third one would be put another shrimp on the barbie.
There's going to be a panelist on the show tonight. Representing For the Love of Sundays podcast, John, what is good, bro?
What's up, my guy? How you doing, buddy?
Bro, we're like family now, man.
I know. This is great. It started off with a couple weeks ago we got on the show together. Then you came on with me. Then we did that the coronavirus, the Corona Olympics,
Yeah,
the beer pong. Yeah, I got twisted up that night. I'm not gonna lie. I got banged up. I was in the doghouse for a couple of days with the wife, but hey, it was worth it.
Well, yeah. Well, before we go ahead and we dive into getting our draft order, Rumboyz staff, Justin, Jimmo, Bogard, Miles, y'all know we got to lead these fellas in our ceremonious cheers.
Ready to make some poor decisions.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's why we pour up. You would say,
Yeah, fellas, let's show them how we do. Cheers to me.
Cheers to you.
All the Rumboyz
boys and girls. What it do?
Do?
Dilly.
That was the most epic Zoom cheers ever. Let's
Dilly.
do it right here in my trusty Rumboyz limited edition cap.
Ooh,
Nice. I like that.
that's sharp.
Yeah, hey, it's limited edition because our distributor got rid of this colorway. So you know.
Well, I got the one.
there's
I got the
only
one
one
of
of-
one. I got the one of one pirate sword, the official Rumboyz pirate sword. We'll auction it off one day. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the first pick
I'm
in
ordering my.
Lock 2.0 will be Real Deal Fantasy Football.
Woo! Shout out to LQ. What up, LQ?
What up, LQ? So yeah, you can go ahead and just switch over to the one spot and just click the one spot. I know that you're in the chat watching.
Collusion.
You mean does a C in CMC stand for collusion?
I am not looking, bros. I'm not looking. At the 2 spot, it's Miles, Fantasy Football Peacock.
Right on.
Nice. Shout out to Miles.
Well,
The suspense is building. I love it.
Go ahead and claim your spots on the thing as you get called, guys.
Yup, claim your spots as you get called. At the 3 spot, Clock Management Fantasy Football.
Nice. I was in the middle ordering my pirate eye patch and hat.
Yeah.
I hope to see that next Friday night. Hold up, we got to get, Real Deal moved over to the 101. Cool, Peacock, go ahead and take that 2. And then Clock Management with the 3. There we go. And now we are in order. We are rocking. Next up with the 4th pick. What the hell? For the Love of Sundays.
Woo! Take that.
Good shit, John. It's like kind of hard to do. Fantasy Go with the 105.
What's good? I got you.
The GOAT from down under.
Gemmo, you in Massachusetts, buddy?
I am, sir. Just outside of. I'm closer to Providence.
Holly, 106.
Rhode Island, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it better than Boston.
I got a lot of friends down there.
It won't be here next.
Providence, Narragansett. I got friends.
Do you?
Yo.
Yeah, Tommy's
good-
pulling
good
the Bill
people.
Belichick and having his dog kicks for him.
I love that.
Hey,
Yeah,
this is
dope.
Ryan,
Indica.
107.
Stoner, my dog's name is Indica.
I see you representing.
Oh, that's amazing. I love
Do you call your dog Indy for short?
Yep.
Nice.
Exactly.
What are we looking at here?
He's a stoner. He's a stoner. He's a
He's a
stoner.
stoner.
At the 8
What?
spot.
8. Okay.
Ooh, I had some pizza.
That spot is 100% lit now because the stoner got it.
Why are we looking at an eye patch?
Icon living
That's the one I just ordered.
Woo!
Oh,
Nice.
Oh man, I'm gonna get last pick. Hold on.
Robbie,
You got to check your email, man. You have 619.
Robbie, hold on a second.
Yeah, right. And that's one of my emails. I'm busy.
Robbie,
Yo,
what pick do I have?
8.
8.
Oh no, is it not? It's 9. Stoner got 8. Yeah, you got 9.
Yeah, Stoner got 8.
Okay. I just much love. Hold on, Robbie, one second. Much love to Kobe and everything else, but I do. I decided to wear this tonight as well.
Hey, you can have 2 goats. It's all good.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Stoner's the man too. Stoner's
Bogart.
the man too.
Yeah, I'm 10.
Yep.
Yeah, let's set.
Okay.
I got.
So check this out. So my
You're not
internet, my
Oh.
internet is so crazy right now that when I make my picks, I gotta use my
Man.
phone. I gotta use my phone in the better area. So I'm gonna go run and claim it real quick.
Go
All right.
on and claim
Yeah.
it.
But also check this out. I'm rocking since we are at war. I'm rocking. You know, I am the Gimme Money Network.
Oh.
I got my Han Solo. I'm in it for the
For the
money shirt. You
Yeah,
feel me?
wow.
Oh,
I got my goddamn what is this Boba Fett? You feel me? You see Boba?
Oh,
Yes.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh
me?
wow.
Bogart just said he had to go to the better area of his internet.
Yeah,
Janky.
I know, bro. And I'm from Cali. I'm from Silicon Valley. Goddamn it.
Yeah, you should have a whole team in there.
11?
You got to go out the California way to get you some of that internet.
Please on the last.
What do I got? 9 again?
How the hell did I get last? Damn it.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sniping you all day.
You want to trade? You can take the 8 spot. I'll switch every pick with you.
I need to practice for this spot anyways, I guess.
I'm serious. I'll take the wraparound if you want to take the 8 spot
You would take the wraparound, wouldn't you?
all day.
Like the reach around.
The reach, yeah.
Yeah, Stoner, we can switch. I'll switch with you.
It's a quarantine, baby. I take what I can get.
We have a trade.
Our first trade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our first trade.
There we go.
Yo, just like in the dynasty draft, I'm having my way. Having my way. Look at that 8 spot. I love it.
I mean, when you get as lucky as me, you don't need to, trade to get your way. You just get it.
All
When
right.
you're really good, you don't care where you pick. You'll just slay wherever.
No matter.
I was tired of the host crying like a baby again.
Oh. Anyways, real deals on the clock. Let's go and get Christian McCaffrey out of here real quick.
Yeah, right. First picks on the board. Everyone already knows who's going there. So watch him just shock us and take Gronkowski.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
He's too scared.
Hey,
I panicked.
really quick.
Mock.
At the end of this, I'm like, hey, so by the way, we just got in a league together.
Yeah.
It's a real draft.
Surprise.
Let's actually provide the viewers, some decent content here that they can enjoy,
I'm confused why it's been 40 seconds and he hasn't made a pick with the number 1 pick.
Thinking about it. He heard you say Gronkowski and he's like, ah, man.
Ooh, that might be a good pick. That might be a good
Yeah.
pick.
Might be a hot
He knows
pick.
what he's talking about.
McCaffrey or Antonio Brown.
A better Wi-Fi spot in his house.
I mean, so this is redraft, right? Because it's only 15 rounds.
Yeah, it's redraft.
Okay, go Gronk then. Who cares?
Yeah,
with,
right.
with the 101.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
That means you're going to take Derek Carr, right, Tom?
yeah. How long do you have?
There it is.
Oh, shocker.
Just fuck this mock up.
Miles, do you got one to the better spot of your internet?
Dicey.
Iffy.
This is a crazy group that we have. I can't believe.
Hey,
I just want to state that this is a dream fucking come true. Like,
what's the content restrictions on your channel?
Do you want us to leave you alone?
None. Freedom of speech. Go. I may take a rip somewhere halfway through this session.
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
Already
It's
been
called the Rumboyz Fantasy Network for a reason.
You mean Roger Goodell's not going to watch this?
No.
Hey, that was at the beginning. I secured those interviews.
There you go.
I'll be in by the end of the show, taking my shirt off and stretching out.
You guys see, he's not receiving a paycheck right now voluntarily.
Yo, that's pretty baller, man. I don't think I could do it.
I know.
He's been getting paid for years for not doing anything.
Yeah. Isn't his salary like 10+ million? I think I'm low. It's like something insane. So
Yeah, when I first saw he wasn't getting he said he wasn't getting a salary. I was like, all right, is he donating it to somewhere nice? Like, I mean, I love to rip on the guy, but that's pretty awesome. And then I go to it and no, the NFL's just keeping it.
I was just saying he's just letting the league keep it.
Yeah.
I did have a greater appreciation for him though as the draft progressed. He showed like a real personal side. And
I did appreciate that he encouraged people to make fun of him and he joked about it.
yeah, and I thought that was great, man.
Yeah.
And I think that people
Good
are going to
PR
have a
move.
different perspective of him going forward. I thought it was cool.
No, I think most people we're still going to go back to not liking him by week 2 when he makes some stupid move.
Stupid Raider fans, yeah, Jet fans, of course.
Who would have ever thought that we would have ended that draft actually saying something positive about Goodell?
I know.
Oh, I tweeted that
right.
out on Sunday. I was shocked too, or Saturday, I think.
It's my
Yeah, we were just talking about that on our last episode where my co-host was like, it's like if you have a cat that always poops on your ground and then one time he poops in the litter box and you're like, this is such a great cat. This cat is awesome. But you know tomorrow he's pooping on your floor again.
Going right back to that floor.
Oh, really quick, this first round, completely insane. I know that I am literally drafting against ballers for the simple fact that every fucking running back just went off the board.
All the running back, they're all gone.
Can the YouTube folks see the board too?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I'm about to show it at the end of each round.
Oh,
Oh, my
okay.
goodness. Hey, are we going to pause this like at the end to say round 1 and
Yep, and drop tape.
have a brief discussion about who we picked and why?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're gonna go around the panel, get everyone's takes. We are here to give these people education, give the viewers some education. So hell yeah.
Well, you want us to say the picks as we make them?
I mean, you can too. Yeah, you can say your pick too. But at the end of each round, we'll pause it and then we're gonna drop.
Yeah, if we're going to pause, we might as well just continue talking about whatever fluff we want to talk about and then mix in the pick chatter.
Always
I
love
was
a good
only
fluffer.
I wrap around fluffers. You understand where my mind is. I'm going to make a pick and then you guys can discuss.
Yep. You got Mike. 420.
There it is.
There it is.
Alrighty.
That's who I almost took him or Devontae.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and pause and talk about our picks. Real Deal's not here. Christian McCaffrey went off the board.
Yeah, not much explanation.
What are you going to talk about? Great.
Explanation. Peacock, you and Saquads. What's good, bro?
Yo, what's up? What's good? Yeah, CMC went off the board. I actually thought about going Dalvin Cook there, but I was like, Saquon's, he's the man. He is that offense right now, so I couldn't deny taking him there, and just easy pick for me, so I had to take it.
Yeah, and we would have been fighting if you did. So
you'd have been traded.
Yeah, I had Cook everywhere last year.
Right. No, and Dalvin, I was just shocked. I'm looking on the rankings here on Sleeper. I'm like, where is he? And I had to type his name in. They had him at 16.
Wow.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, Dalvin Cook was at 16. I had to search for him to draft him at the 3 spot.
I saw that.
Antonio Brown is still under ADP.
I have to believe that the recent draft activity has really jacked up their algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because their rookie draft rankings were jacked up.
Yeah.
And even today in one of our leagues, I was drafting with Paulie. Bowden was down at like 890.
Wow.
So I was picking at 4-7, and Bowden was still there. I don't even know why I even thought to look for him, but I just kind of scanned the board and hadn't seen his name, and I searched for him, and he was there at like 897.
That's important for everyone to note. Like, if you guys are doing your draft
really
right
is.
now, like things like this will give you an advantage for people.
Yeah, I took Bowden at 306 today because I had a 404 left, and I traded that for Marvin Jones, and I was like, I got to take my shot on him right now at the 306. So I felt good kind of reaching from there. But yeah, he was like at 794 ADP or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I think everyone just gets kind of robotic at this point, especially after having a handful of drafts, and you might not pay attention.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, look for your guys and put them in your queue. Like, that's my suggestion on Sleeper right now.
Oh, yeah.
Add them to your queue.
So
Don't
check
be
this
any-
out. I
Yeah,
even
40
told my lady, right now, I gave her a list of names. The shout out to Mrs. Bogard. I'm like, baby, so I don't have to run back and forth. I'm just gonna give you these names in a good area. You know what I mean? And I'm like, here's my phone, baby. This is why I'm marrying you. You know what I mean? I gotta rock with my guys. You know what I'm saying?
This is why I married you. This is prime time. This is
Oh,
it.
yeah. Mhm.
The lights shine bright right now.
Perpetually.
You got a real one, baby. You got a real one.
I love her.
We want to move to the next to pick 4.
Yeah.
She got a sister.
I went with Alvin Kamara. To me, it was pretty easy. I was hoping Dalvin Cook slid my way, but I don't know. That offense, I think his touchdown's bound to come back. So yeah, give me all the Kamara I can get.
Love that pick.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a damn thing to fall to a single person in this draft.
No kidding.
It's a bunch of savages here. So yeah, let's see. Fantasy go.
Can I ask a question?
So-
oh no, sorry.
I took Zeke, and I'm very high on Zeke this year. I would take him over Saquon, obviously CMC first, but especially with CD, Gallup, and Amari Cooper. Yeah, those three. There's no way they're going to stack the box. So Zeke will eat.
I have a question, Fantasy Go. What's your name? First name?
Dave.
Do you worry that his targets and catches go down, which will have a negative impact on his fantasy score because of all these new additions and Blake Jarwin, who's supposed to be a baller?
Yes and no. I think it might go down a little bit. I think the advantage is going to be there might be a lot of check downs from Prescott, because you're going to have cornerbacks marking at least 2 of those elite wide receivers. So Zeke getting those little 7-8 yard catches, I think that's where he's going to thrive. So
I'm just
my
confused
guess is,
when Amari Cooper became an elite wide receiver.
all right, that's a good call. That's a good call. But Galloping
that turd.
Galloping Lamb a bit.
The pooper scooper, as I like to call him.
50% of the time, Amari Cooper is an elite receiver.
Yeah, he's an elite wide receiver 50% of the time. But now that Slayton's there, or not Slayton, Darius Slay, it's about 30% of the time. Now that he's on going again.
And Bradbury, James Bradbury over there with the Giants.
So I really wanted Zeke too, and I agree with our Aussie chum. I think he's in a crazy situation with Lamb there now, and I don't think. I mean, he lost targets last year, if we want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Now, they had talked about getting him involved in the passing game in 2017, 18, and it didn't happen. But in 18, it did. And last year, it went down. He lost like 22 catches, 25 targets last year, if I remember correctly. So I think the checkdowns will be there, and I think you add a weapon and it moves the offense and it creates more opportunities. There's 247 vacated targets there, if I remember correctly, too.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money even.
Yeah, check that, because that would be awesome. Because I didn't look that up. My laptop.
Check that, because.
So I would Chubb, because they're going to run the shit out of the ball too. I think that Cleveland's going to go tighter and run centric with the addition of Hooper, some linemen, talks of OBJ fitting into the plans and maybe getting shipped out. I think they're going to tighten up that offense and run the crap out of the ball. I'm not worried about Hunt. I think he'll get his. PPR setting, yes, he's limited, but he's going to get massive volume. Sometimes with Derrick Henry, Chubb, you just take that PPR hit. You're like, wish he caught 45 balls, but he won't.
But you're guaranteed 20 touches a game. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're gonna
catches for those guys is just icing on the cake.
Right, because the volume's there. Yeah, you're right. They're going to get 340 touches next year.
And that the red zone carries are there. You know what I mean? Like, so that there's going to be kind of an offsetting for them not getting. I believe that.
Absolutely. Who's next?
That's me. I grabbed Michael Thomas. We were getting the middle of the draft is always interesting because you got to see who's going to pull the trigger on the first wide receiver or just keep feeding the running backs. I like Chubb. I would have liked if he had fallen to me. Love Josh Jacobs. Love Joe Mixon, but I'm just a little bit more comfortable getting those guys in the second round. With Thomas, it's guaranteed volume. It's a PPR league. I'm going to take that every time at 7.
Well, how will the holdout affect Mixon's value in redraft too?
It's going to be interesting. And then, I mean, is it even going to be a holdout? The thing is, with such little going on right now, we don't even know what's actually going to happen. So,
yeah, for me right now, I'm treating it as if it's not happening until we get closer.
It's true.
I dig it. I dig it. I went Josh Jacobs simply for the fact that 100% that the kid is gonna want to be out there. He's gonna want to play, and because of that passion, he's gonna be given the touches, especially in that Gruden offense.
I love that pick.
I love the pick. I almost went Jacobs. I thought about it.
I could see Jacobs. He's going to be a solidified back end first round pick moving forward. I could see it.
He's been falling to the second round, which I was loving that when I was drafting at the back of the second, getting him in, or back of the first. So then I get it the reach around.
You're a running back heavy guy too. So like you were stacking, like he was your second running back.
But also with that, I mean, look at the draft board, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you guys see it on your screen. I'm drafting against ballers. That's what's going to fall to me when you're drafting against this class of type of fantasy football players.
Stoners, footballers, everything. They're all goats.
You know my thing. I said it a few weeks ago. I'm all about the running backs that are going to get the guaranteed touches.
Exactly.
And there's a select number of them in the league. So if I can get one of them early, I want to get them. But at the same time, I'm not going to reach for them.
My thing with Josh Jacobs, his rushing yards were amazing last year. They're great. The why everyone hates him is because his pass catching, which he did great at catching the ball when it was thrown to him. And I think that last year you saw his, like, the bottom of the barrel for him. It can only go up from here. And if it goes up where he's drafted at, that's going to be a great place for him.
I think that's a valid point, though. Because if you take like a guy like Rojo, he can't catch the ball at all.
Yeah.
Like,
and with Vaughn there too.
Jacobs can clearly catch the ball.
He caught 74% of his targets, which is the upper echelon of the running backs.
Yeah, I mean, it's all warm weather every single home game. It's only gonna increase his health wise as well.
They're indoors too now, right? Correct.
I was gonna say
Vegas.
They won't be playing on that baseball field anymore.
For real. Shout out to the A's.
No more black hole.
I think that it works out really well for him. I hope that this pick works out well for me. If you guys are new in the chat, make sure you subscribe and you spike that like. Let's go ahead and go on to Jimmo, the icon living.
Hello, everybody. I went ahead and picked Joe Mixon only because I felt that was the run on running backs right there. And I think on the turnaround, I wouldn't have had Mixon. I really was hoping Chubb would fall to me there, but I see him going higher and higher in every mock that I'm going. So that's a good sign for him. But I felt Mixon was the right pick. Yep.
He likes touchdowns and he cannot lie.
Yeah, it's going to be a better offense this year, I hope. I mean, Bengals have been pretty shitty lately, but yeah, here we go. Joe Mixon on the board for the icon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, guard.
Yeah. I took my man Nuke Skywalker in theme of wearing all my Star Wars gear. Yes, he has the Force. And yes, it is a gamble because we don't know how it's gonna look. But I do remember 540-ish pass attempts from one Kyler Murray. And I think he has a ceiling of like a floor of at least 600 pass attempts. Is that crazy? But I'm rocking with it. So I took my man Nuke Skywalker because I feel like that, in this next 2 rounds, I could target some running backs or I could do my madness. The more drunk I get, at least, you know what I mean? My man Nuke Skywalker, the Gray Jedi.
No, I like that pick.
Nuke is a beast, man. Nuke is a beast. Are you worried about the new team? A lot of times wide receivers don't flourish that first year.
I do, but remember, if you guys remember Kyler Murray, he was actively before the apocalypse, as I like to call it, before the apocalypse hit. You know what I'm saying? Kyler Murray was out there at CeeDee Lamb's pro day, and CeeDee Lamb he was drawing a Nuke Skywalker comparison. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like now they have the actual Skywalker.
Right.
And my thing with it is like I have him a slight downgrade from where he was, but Also, he's got a quarterback that loves to roll outside the pocket and throw the ball, which is exactly where he thrives at. Like those two things go,
because we've seen
that's
him
great for
already
him.
do that with Black Jesus, who I like to. That's what I call Deshaun Watson. I call him Black Jesus because we've.
I
literally-
agree. For me, he takes a really small hit, if anything, but
It's a gamble.
He's still my wide receiver too. He didn't
this
move
is-
from that spot. He was
Sven,
there
what up?
before, thereafter.
Bro,
What up,
talent
Sven?
takes over. When push comes to shove, talent is going to take over. And there are few people at that position in the league that have more talent than Hopkins.
Yeah, I have two of them.
And now
Just
he's-
one above
and-
him.
And here's
and
the
now
thing.
he's in a place. And now he's in a place that he wants to be, with a coach that wants him there, and that
Him and all his baby mamas. All the
sky's the limit. Bring him.
Yes, sky's the
him.
limit with Nuke Skywalker. You know what I mean? And here's the thing too. And I do want to add, like, this is why for all the Rum boys and girls out there, and everybody's fan base that happen to be tuning in.
There should not be any children watching this right now.
Yo.
They don't understand.
True.
They don't understand.
But
I'm gonna say it's NC-17, right?
We're in a state of emergency. All rules are out.
That's right.
It's
You're right,
anarchy.
Sven.
Anarchy.
But you know, I will say that, like, you know, this is why we do mock drafts. You know what I'm saying? Like, we take chances just to see what kind of team we can construct. And in this case, I had to go with my man Skywalker. Maybe I'm biased. I'm wearing a bunch of Star Wars gear. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let's see what Tommy got to say.
No, I like that pick for you, Bogart. I like that pick for you because it lets me get my number 2 ranked wide receiver on my list at Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you went Nuke so I can get Devontae because the Packers drafted nobody to take away from Devontae's touches. So I'm excited for what he's going to do, especially in the redraft league. I like how his outlook looks for next year.
Are you concerned at all about Aaron Rodgers being disinterested in playing football?
No, because I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do his thing. Like, I think no matter what, he's going to ball out just for himself because that's what he wants to do. And, like, for his own ego, whatever, just trying to keep that high standard. Even if he's going to go somewhere else, you want to have a good showing to show that you're worthy of a high contract at a new team. So I think he's going to ball out next year. Like I said, they drafted nobody.
Excellence in all, and all we do is a Air Force core value, and I think that's a very a trait that you can judge a man by. And the reason why I mention this is because Aaron Rodgers is that person. It's always excellence in all he does. So I gotta say there, Tommy, you're correct. Yeah, is there a little bit of apprehension?
He's really good at pounding beers too.
Rob, as an Army guy, I'm just confused about how that's an Air Force value.
Here we go.
Wow. Round 1, we already got this going. I love it.
I do want to add Aaron Rodgers has the most gigantic eyeballs in the game. So he could survey the whole field.
Sees everything.
Yeah,
and real talk, I usually, especially in the redraft league, I really am a fan of going running back. But you guys took all the running backs, and so the value was there at 111 with the number 2 wide receiver on my list.
It's a good pick. It's a target hog, and they didn't address the wide receiver position.
Right,
If
Paulie.
I could flow off of that just into my pick.
They got
that's
Devin
the thing.
Funches.
Right, and Stoner, to go to your next pick, it was between Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill. So
And for me, it's the same thing. I'm a running back kind of guy, but I mean,
Yeah.
when you take my dudes off the board, and there's still a couple guys there that I like, but not at this price. I mean,
when 8 running backs go in the first round.
Also, if I can, this is a good time to talk about settings, because if you are choosing between those two guys and there's big play settings, big play bonuses for 40-yard plays, you go Tyreek, right?
100.
Those you got to know your format, right?
Do you worry
lead
about
into my next pick? My next pick is easily Julio Jones because I believe that he's the most underrated.
Yes.
31-year-old wide receiver in there.
Did we just become best friends?
I was going to say, you and my
know.
co-host might be best friends. Of
just
all.
got, you just gotta get Justin smoking weed and you guys are in there.
The Army might not agree with that.
Have that stricken from the record. Have it stricken from the record.
Julio Jones is
started that up
dude,
for you,
man.
Said you were going to be your next pick.
Julio's a robot, man. Julio is the guy. He will finish his career as a top 5,
Hey,
potentially top 3 all-time receiver.
Just not in touchdowns.
Bro, and you guys
With or without
Blooded.
touchdown.
you all let Julio fall to me in fucking dynasty and like what was it like the
5th round. You said 5th?
Wow.
It was
Come
something-
on.
bro. I got Julio fucking like I was like, who am I
Yeah.
fighting against?
I think you were literally in the draft when we were on live last night, which was a big blur. I had to watch it this morning to remember. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, I went ahead and started it up for you. Hey, while we have you here, the fantasy fam is repping Sven. What is good, bro? What do you think of that first round?
I like all the picks, honestly. I think you guys, said your shit pretty well. You defended your picks. I can't see it right now. I was watching it before, but I don't see the draft board in front of me.
Oh, it's on pause right now, I think.
It's moving.
No, we're back up, I think.
We're back live.
Yeah.
So it's on YouTube. It's just not showing the draft board. Is
No,
what
no,
he said.
Exactly.
Hey,
That's what I mean.
Robbie,
I just can't see your picks right now. I know the first couple picks, but I'm actually surprised Zeke actually fell to the 5th. I was a little shocked.
yeah.
I was a little bit shocked at that, but I understand that
Tommy.
because of CeeDee Lamb.
And you're not saying that as a Cowboys fan either. You're just saying that.
I am exactly. I'm a little like
general.
I could see it with the addition of CeeDee Lamb, but Randall Cobb is gone, Jason Witten's gone or whatever, and those targets could
Think
go
about
towards.
it. What are defenses going to have to do? Are you going to stack the box, or you know what I mean?
Bogart, it's tell your girl it's your pick.
Oh yeah. I instructed her Kittle or Kelsey. I'm going early round tight end.
is this tight end premium?
Or Robbie.
No, it's not tight end
Nah.
premium.
No.
No, I'm the guy.
Just get your guy.
Just about that action,
I'm the guy,
boss.
I'm the guy.
Yeah,
This
get
is
your
why we do
guy.
mock drafts. This is why we do mock
Stop
drafts, right?
He's not going to be there on the way back. He's not going to be there.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Hey,
accurate.
Robbie, I know we spoke about how you're a Rum fan on the episode last week, right?
There
I don't
it
know if you
is.
guys can see my screen or
I
not.
love you, baby.
But I went to the Cayman last year, and I got this bottle of rum. Yeah, I'll see if I can share my screen.
The Cayman Islands.
Nice.
There you go.
Anyone see it? Anyone see what that's called?
Big
Yup,
black.
the big black.
Cool.
Very good.
It's the rum of the Cayman, big black dick.
Wow.
Caribbean rum.
Oh, go ahead and take a shot of that BBD.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine like, hey baby, I want to buy you a shot of some big black dick. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take a shot really quick.
me too, man. I gotta join y'all.
Yeah, let me grab my stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I got to get into game form here. I'm pretty stoned right now, to be honest with you.
I love my lady.
About that last pick, about that Godwin pick, again, like I said, I like to go running back, but the value again was too
Wait,
good.
who's on the
Yeah,
clock? I'm
Tommy,
sorry.
I was gonna say
Bogart,
that one
man.
was.
Bogart's still on the
I
clock.
mean,
Yeah,
that's my number 4 wide receiver on my list. So I just got my number 2, my number 4.
Because my phone
Yeah.
legit
Who was that
froze.
called in? Who was
Good
that
passive.
called in about Zeke? I had gone to the restroom, but I was still listening. I completely agree. I was
Oh, that was
surprised
Sven.
Yeah, that was Finn.
I was surprised that Zeke had dropped to 5.
A little bit. I
That
like
just
Dalvin.
didn't
Don't
make
get me
sense.
wrong. I like Kamara, but
Jimmo, you're on.
Zeke is there.
Zeke
He's
is-
the guy.
Nice.
Zeke is
Oh,
a
shit.
constant for me.
Pick.
So.
Exactly.
You got Kittle.
Nice.
Tommy, what's up, man?
Bogart, you pick.
What
up,
up,
man?
Sid? What's
Yeah, it's on
poppin',
you,
brother?
Robbie.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
run up in a
buddy.
little bit, give her another list. You know what I mean? She actually is handling the cooking for me too, because I was like, you know, I'm a
Oh
man.
my
I li-
God.
No,
You got
I love.
both?
No, well, listen.
Food and picks?
Yeah, so
Damn.
what are you doing?
Listen. Here's the thing.
Talking to us.
Saturdays are her days off. You know what I mean? So like,
So you put her to work.
no. I do. You know, so I handle everything on Saturdays. But like, you know, this is just one of those things. Like, this is why I love her, man. Because you know, this is what I'm doing. This fantasy shit. She's like, go downstairs.
Tommy,
And she's like,
that's my boy rocking the Kobe
You're gonna look
right there,
stupid.
buddy.
Is that a
Yeah,
Mets?
buddy.
Is that a Mets jersey?
Way back in the.
oh,
Damn
that's
right.
hard.
Oh boy.
Fuck them, man.
Well, Stoner, you're from Jersey. Is that right,
That's
Mike?
Ballsy
You're
Evans.
you're Stoner, fantasy heavy Stoner, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantasy fan right here. But you're from Cherry Hill, you said, right? I believe, or like somewhere in like South Jersey.
Yeah, Cherry Hill area. Yeah, right next.
Nice.
I'm a huge.
He's from the hood.
fan.
I remember my shit.
But he's
I
also
remember-
a
I remember
49er
my
fan,
people.
right?
Can we
I
get
grew
some
up very
quick?
close to the hood.
Can we get quick history on that? On that, Stoner? Like, how did you become a Niner fan? Like, my family came from the Philippines in '78, straight to Frisco. So, like, that's how I became a Niner. Like, I was just born into it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My grandfather was a big Notre Dame fan.
Oh, so
As-
you love some
as-
Joe Montana.
As was my grandmother. He actually passed away in the early, like before I was born. But my grandma kind of kept shit real.
Hollywood
And, yeah,
Hey,
she
man.
held it down, dude. Grandma held it down. From day one, like she held it down. But she was a big Notre Dame fan. She loved Joe Montana. She remembers working at a bar in '81 when he threw that pass to Dwight Clark.
Whoa!
She was bartending.
Which one?
The catch?
No, I was joking. I was joking.
Yeah, of course.
Huge 49.
Cowboys fan, so I'm naturally going to be a little upset about it. Yeah.
Ben had to
Right.
chime in on that one. He was like,
Out of fucking
Yeah.
nowhere, you just hear John's
So
like,
like, yeah. So she, yeah. So it was from pretty much day one that I was born to be a Montana fan.
I love being in the same gang with the Stoner. I'll tell you that much. And Justin, gang, bang, bang.
Always Kittle, baby. Always Kittle.
Yeah, I was secretly hoping Kittle would fall to me, but you know, I don't know about Melvin Gordon. I'm usually a fan of Melvin Gordon. I just don't know how he's going to play with the Broncos' new scheme.
Love Pat.
It's going to be a 50-50 split. I'm hoping it's going to be what was Kamara and Ingram from a few years back, where they were both RB1s. But I don't know if I want to take that risk in the second round. So for that reason, I went with Chris Carson. I understand he's injury prone. He came off a big injury, but he's the workhorse there. I love Chris Carson late in the second round.
They got Schottenheimer there.
I like the balls to take that pick.
Yeah, that's gangster for real.
Can't
I
you
mean,
listen to
even
him
over
talk all
even
day?
over a guy like Fournette. I mean, most people wouldn't take Carson over Fournette, honestly.
Fournette wasn't efficient last year. I know he got 265 carries and he got over 1,000 yards, but that's because there was no one on that field, and especially with the news yesterday about them not picking up his option, I don't even know if he's going to be on the team when the season starts. So I don't want to spend my second round
If
pick on
there's
someone.
a season.
I do
There
want
will
to
be a
say,
season. There will be a season.
Yeah, we don't say that.
Yeah, let's speak it into existence. But I do want to say I love the intangible factor when they officially say they're not picking up the option. That player, there's something sparks that player to go extra hard so they can get a bag somewhere else. After then now it's time for resume. You know what I mean? Now
Plus,
it's time to
Jacksonville has every incentive to run him into the ground now. His
Exactly.
volume to be insane. So,
But I don't think he will replicate the 70 receptions. You know what I mean? Especially with
And
Jay Gruden.
our first
going on.
quarterback comes off the board.
No way. Is it Patty?
No.
I think Laviska
Oh,
gets
Lamar?
a lot of those
yeah.
70 receptions. No?
but you got Chenault, and then they just brought in Thompson. I know we're not big fans of him in this group, but it is his role. So I mean, there's gonna
Chris
be a lot of
Thompson's
people-
over there?
Yeah, just
Cool.
yesterday.
Because he's the Jay Gruden guy. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what, dude?
Drafted James Robinson in 2 dynasties.
Nice.
Excited about that. I don't know about anyone else.
Woo.
He's gonna be that guy.
You know what though? I do worry about Jay Gruden. It just like I said, like it makes it kind of predictable. Like if Chris Thompson's in there, it's like okay, they're gonna it's hurry up, or it's third down situation. Like when they're using Fournette in that fashion, or as I like to call him, Leonard Foreskin. You know what I mean? When they had the foreskin in there, which they're probably gonna cut, like foreskins get cut. You know what I mean?
Good Lord.
Yeah, hold on.
There it is.
NC-17,
right?
Let him keep going. Just let him go.
That was the hook.
Like, I do worry about the receiving chops that are going to go Leonard Fournette's way, to service a second round draft capital. You know what I mean? Like I actually hope with this new news of them not picking him up, the greater public will drop his ADP down, to the third or
That's the
early
ideal
fourth
situation.
Yeah, and I would love to have Leonard Fournette
Bogard.
or foreskin.
Bogard.
Yes.
I really can't wait to like the day that we really like the Rumboyz Fans Network really blows up and makes it, because because of your humor, I absolutely have no problems paying any FCC fines that fucking come.
Bro,
There will be many.
I'm the Give Me Money Network. Just send me the bill, dog. Shoot me the invoice. I will take care of everything. Matter of fact, I will go PG-13 if I have to. I don't want to tarnish the brand by any means.
Never do that.
That's
I love you guys for that.
That Todd Gurley pick. I feel like that's a bold one.
I'm big on Todd Gurley a lot this year, to be honest with you. I think that, he's gonna be the workhorse in that backfield in what should be a top third offense. I usually look for those running backs, and so, health is a concern, but I also had to, I had to take a shot. So I think that if you're gonna shoot your shot, give me the guy who absolutely destroyed touchdowns a year and a half ago. So, if he can get back into that double-digit touchdown world, I'm totally psyched. And by the way, as my RB3. So
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I think there's just so much value in the middle rounds with wide receivers that I like starting my drafts very running back heavy, especially if I'm in that 104.
I obviously agree with you on that.
and then you can just start going. Then you can start taking guys, your big boom guys, your guys who can absolutely win you a week. Your Will Fullers of the world, even though he's made of paper mache.
Fuck Will Fuller.
Your Hollywood Browns. Your wide receivers are where you can absolutely torch the earth. So
I think Gurley is like whoever mentioned that about Fournette, that they're just going to run him into the ground.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
sure.
That's Gurley this year. I mean, get him in the third round, plug him.
He had 250 plus touches last year. They fed Freeman the ball, 230, I think. So, I mean, they can use him the same way. And I think at this point, Gurley's probably more effective than Freeman. So I don't see, and he finished as like the RB14. You're going to see similar production, and you're getting him in the third round as your RB3. So,
yeah.
And John, to that point, I'm actually quite annoyed because I had him in my queue and I went to go draft. And I'm like, where'd Gurley go? I'm a big fan of Gurley. Last year, he got 12 touchdowns rushing, 2 touchdowns receiving, which I think the Falcons are going to use him way more. You look at how they used Freeman and Coleman when he was there. I'm not buying the need thing. Third round is crazy value for Todd Gurley. So, in my opinion, that's a steal. I was willing to pay that price for him. I took David Johnson because I know it sounds like Groundhog Day, but I think this is his bounce back year. He's now going to a much better offensive line. They didn't pay that draft capital for they didn't give up a first round for David Johnson to let him get 10 touches a game. He's getting 20, 25 touches a game. So I like David Johnson this year. Plus he had a whole year to ride in the bench to get healthy. So big fan of DJ.
I agree with you on DJ. I'm not as big on Gurley as a lot of as some of you maybe, but to his benefit, I will say, I was just looking up the stats. Freeman actually had 122 carries. Gurley had 233. So he actually had quite a bit more work than Freeman did. But yeah, I'm personally, I have a couple doctors that I've had come on our show, and they've convinced me that Gurley's knee is not good.
Let's go, Rob.
Oh shit, I'm up. Fuck.
I went Kenny Galladay.
God damn it.
So I think he's going to keep getting better. And I had to solidify a wide receiver here in my mind after taking Kelsey last round. So I've got Chubb, Kelsey, Galladay. My other choice was Thielen, who went next, by the way. That was a good choice. I think if you wait on a wide receiver, you got to get something solid. And all these guys got 3 running backs. Jesus.
Dude, I know.
Wow.
It's literally the Great Wall of running back.
See, that's for me. You got to stick and move. It wasn't my plan to get Chubb, Kelsey, Galladay, but on the second, I'm wanting to get like a Gordon or a Chris Carson, or I was even thinking Miles Sanders. But to me, the upside of having the
first
number
rookie,
one or number 2 in the position is strong.
That's a fair
Adam Thielen's a
place
good
to take him.
pick too, man. Cortland Sutton next. All right.
It's a player's colony.
Yeah. I went Kenyon Drake here because for some reason I wanted to try it out as doing it running back heavy on my end because I spread it out within the first 3 rounds, but I wanted to see how this would look and turn out for me. And am I muted?
No,
you're
you can
good.
hear you.
Oh, okay. All right.
We just don't like what you're saying.
Oh, well, I mean, hey.
They
I think
wish you were
Kenyon-
muted.
Kenyon Drake's going to have a fine year this year. And also, just going back to David Johnson, I really like that pick. I think he's going to have a great bounce back fucking year.
The first
And-
rookie came off the board. With,
Well, hold on, buddy. Hold on. This is
I know.
all
I just want to
due,
throw that out there. I'm just throwing it
hold on.
out there.
I just want to thank stepmom Lauren for that little article she wrote about DJ. So I'm on that DJ hype train.
She put in the work on that.
Yes, she did.
I just picked up my first share in Dynasty, so I like hearing all this. I was very on the fence about it. I traded away Cortland Sutton for David Johnson. I needed running back help big time.
Yeah, that hurts too. with
And so that
Sutton.
one hurt because I love Cortland Sutton.
Yeah,
But I needed the depth at RB, and hearing you guys, it's
What a
this
fucking
wave of
terrible
warmth over
pick,
me. It's
Tommy.
nice.
But I love you. I appreciate you for what you just did.
We have
Love you,
our
Stoner.
first shade, ladies and
I love you,
gentlemen.
Stoner.
We've been stroking each other
Wait,
for 2.5
who-
rounds.
who's-
Stoner finally put
Yeah.
a stop to that shit.
Who did you
it's,
take,
it's,
Tommy?
It's going to get there.
James Conner,
I went with Connor.
311.
I don't like Connor for Dynasty, but I like him for redraft.
I don't like I don't like Connor for. No, I could just stop the sentence early there. I
Yeah,
just don't like Connor.
at all either.
I do. You know what?
so much.
He was
of a
waiting
fan
all
of
day to
that.
say that joke. All day.
Hey,
Heat it up.
what I don't understand is how come people keep saying the whole Terminator thing, like "Come with me, you want to live." Like it's like that. That's the Terminator who says that, not John Connor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
I still like it. It's a good offense.
No, I just
Do I
don't think
even
he
have to
produced
make
last
the
year.
choice, or do you guys know who I'm going to take? Right.
Let's see.
I bet you Tommy could guess who I'm going to pick right
Antonio Brown.
Gotta take. Has anyone gotten
here. Go
a
for it, Tommy.
yet?
Tell me.
Josh Gordon.
Has anyone gotten a player from their favorite real life team yet?
Tommy, go for it.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say
Barry?
Bogart did.
Skittles.
Huh?
Cooper?
My man,
Zero.
my man
Come
Jorge.
on, Cooper.
Come on.
You guys are dumb. I'm
Jonathan
taking the
Taylor.
actual, taking the actual
Ooh.
1-1
Wow.
rookie running back.
Yeah, you guys are dumb.
This dude's an RB. He's an RB1 right now.
Who'd you
He's
grab?
an RB1.
Jonathan
right
Taylor.
Oh,
312.
the tool man son,
Yes.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas himself.
You mean the voice of Simba?
Yes,
He's-
Come on.
and he just can't wait to be king.
I'm going to be the glass half empty guy here. I don't believe JT provides that much value this year.
Dude, that
I
line is incredible, though.
And your accent makes me believe you. I'm all in, Dave.
No,
I'm
This is
all
gospel,
in,
man.
Dave.
This is gospel. Here's the thing: Marlon Mack was so efficient last year as a rusher and a pass catcher, right? Like so, that offensive
He's also
line is
efficient at
incredible.
getting hurt.
I
Not
think he
pass
averaged,
rusher, though.
but I think
Yeah,
he averaged a whopping 2 targets a game, though.
If
Yeah, I was
they
gonna say, I
used
think
him,
he had
yes,
So
exactly.
the
19
efficiency.
targets.
Yeah, so the efficiency.
He was
I
he
like
was
both
efficient,
of
and that's
them.
and that's the I just can't see JT coming in and stealing his job. Are they going to work him in? Absolutely, but
Yeah.
you know,
Frank Reich is old school. Like,
Stoner, I would love it if I had another running back already.
I mean, that's a way better pick than James Conner.
The shade just continues to fly.
Just throw it in.
Just go ahead and grab Marlon Mack now, and that way you'll have the whole backfield.
Well, didn't he already have Chris
Handcuffs.
Carson?
That's
There
true.
you go.
You got it on
That's
the
actually-
backside. Yeah, secure it.
Well, yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa.
I'm going to go with another rookie that I think is going to own a backfield in an
Robbie,
offense that can.
You want to share
Oh, don't do it.
the
Don't
board
do
for
it to
everyone?
me.
Yeah,
Don't you do it to me, Stoner.
Akers
Cam Akers.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
Akers played in an offense that didn't know how to block for him, and he was really good at
Fucking
getting yards
phenomenal.
after contact.
Yes, good
Imagine
points.
when he has professional players in front of him that actually know how to create space.
And
he was picked,
it's
he
insurance
was
with
picked
behind
by
that bad line.
McVay He was picked by McVay after getting rid of Gurley for a reason.
Yeah.
Akers is going to be a linchpin in the Rams offense starting now.
And
He's
I want to say,
top 15 back potentially.
Bogart, I think this is probably good for you. Also, there's over 4,000 yards in an acre. So
there you go. You know I'm a numbers guy. I love that.
This guy.
If he gets
I'm telling you,
I'll
this
be
guy.
happy.
The
On a
puns,
heater. He's on a
the
heater.
puns don't
Oh
end.
my god.
Justin, answer honestly. Did you have to Google how many yards there were in an acre?
I did. Right after he made the pick, I'm like, let me Google this.
There's my joke.
I fucking love you, clock management.
Oh my god.
Everyone subscribe to clock management. Goddamn.
That's worth a shot of big black dick. There you go.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're talking about Cam Akers still.
Robbie, put your
We should explain to listeners that is a rum. That is a
Singletary in
rum.
the fourth.
What'd
I
you
think
say,
that's
Finn?
late. I think that's late for Singletary, man.
We should
Yeah,
explain to
that is.
Riss that is a rum.
I was looking at Singletary with
It's a
my
great
pick,
pick.
my last pick.
I'm about to say the
Tommy,
most.
that is fantastic value.
It makes up for James Conner.
Oh my god. It totally does make up for James Conner.
I'm about to say
I'm upset.
Run BBR from now on. Big
What about Zach
BBD from
Moss,
now
though?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Tommy, I'm upset with that pick because I was hoping we could continue to just throw shade at you, and
No.
you ruined
I had
that
to.
by
I
making
had to
a pick
respect
we all
I'll
love.
throw shade. I'll
I
throw
know
shade at
Stoner
Tommy.
wasn't gonna go rookie, so
well,
I'll throw
I'm.
shade at Tommy.
I'll tell you this
why
much.
Why are we not talking about Zach Moss a little more then?
Oh, good point.
I love Zach Moss,
I
bro.
like it, but it's Devin Singletary started looking awesome towards the end of this.
Yeah, but
end of the season.
Singletary will be great
I mean-
between the 20s, and then Moss is going to steal all the thunder.
He could.
Yeah, but
he
it's
could.
Singletary's
You
job
mean
to
you mean
lose
between
right
the 70s?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
Right
20s.
now,
Yeah,
it's
no, he had it right.
Singletary's
He had it
job,
right. He had it
and
right.
if he doesn't do anything to lose that job, then Moss is gonna. I mean, he's gonna get sprinkled in, but
So, do you think we're crazy
Singletary's
enough?
gonna get the majority of the carries.
I think we're missing the whole point of my man Josh Allen, the stallion, the white Cam Newton himself. He's calling his own number in the 20s.
Yeah, that's the bigger
one thing that
concern.
hurts.
God, I love Josh
Wait, no.
Allen.
I love
Wait, I
him
thought
too,
Cam
dude.
Newton was
I
white.
fucking love him. Because his name, you read
No,
his
because
name
the
on
way he
paper.
dresses.
Oh yeah,
He went to Wyoming.
swag.
And he,
That is not swag. He dresses
Yes.
like a middle-aged white woman.
He dresses like he dresses like Tom and Jerry.
On
Remember,
a soap opera.
remember when Tom and Jerry would be mobsters, and they would use the
Oh.
pinstripe suits, and they would have the funny hats. Yeah.
Or the old school Batman villains.
Yes, there you go. Look, see.
Dick Tracy
Yes. Yes, man. Yes.
with Al Pacino.
Amari
Yeah.
Cooper goes in the 4th round. Man, how
That's
he has-
value.
how he
That's
has fallen.
ridiculous.
How he
Not
has
gonna-
fallen.
that's a little ridiculous.
No, it's bro. Everyone here is avoiding Amari Cooper like it was a fucking coronavirus, bro.
And look who drafted him though. Somebody who has four wide receivers right
all the
now.
receivers.
He's going wide receiver
You
down
like
the
it.
board.
Ryan,
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if
Man,
it
I
pays
think
off.
I have to shock.
Oh
I think
my
I have to shock the world
God.
here.
You see,
I
we
think I
can
have to
start
shock
four of
the
them,
world
right?
here because you guys know I don't take quarterbacks early. But
Don't
anybody
do it.
would say that in redraft. You can't
Don't
let
do it.
Mahomes.
Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes.
I was hoping
Hey,
he would
it's
make
such
it
a
3 more
fucking
picks.
Oh.
I know. I had him on my
Quarterbacks
queue.
early.
Yeah,
Ask
I
Stoner.
don't go
I
quarterback
don't-
early either, but
He
I
wasn't
like
getting
Tommy
past
Tom.
David on the
Bro.
pick.
Oh,
I-
I was like,
bro,
man,
I
let
got the
him come
Mahomes
back.
Kelsey stack.
Hey, hell of a
I
stack.
love that.
That's actually
That's
kind
better
of
than
that's actually
pancakes,
kind of
bro.
sick.
That is way better than pancakes.
Oh, I guess
Man,
I'll start looking at other
Bro,
positions now.
You need to get better
I mean-
pancakes than it.
Yeah, you're right.
Pancakes are good.
In case you guys are wondering, on Sleeper, the top ranked wide receiver.
because of that team.
Oh, the top ranked wide receiver is still Antonio Brown. If you guys were interested.
I actually
okay.
picked him in my last
Oh,
draft.
you just a Jimmo. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Jimmo thought it was the other
love you,
Brown,
Icon.
the other A Brown.
He thought it
That's
was
my
the
buddy.
AJ.
That's my buddy.
He wanted-
Why you don't fucking draft from mobile? It cuts off the names.
Yeah.
Later, Tommy. Good
A
seeing you,
loose-
brother.
Hey, Tommy left.
Yeah, he's still
I
drafting.
gotta
He's
bounce.
just, but
Hey,
he's not.
Where's Jersey? Hold on. We finally got like so. I
Hello, bro.
just really quick. the Rumboyz Fantasy Network and 2-on-1, like we have been really good friends since I came into this. Between 2-on-1, Fantasy Stoner, and as well as Poly Sleepers, like those guys literally bred me and brought me into this industry. Like they were the first accounts literally on fucking Twitter to show me love. It's ironic that they're here and we're all here together. This has been a long time coming.
Sweet irony. Sweet irony.
For Tommy coming on, yo, cheers,
brother.
Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz girls, what to do. 2-on-1, shout out to you. We appreciate you.
Dilly.
Hey, good seeing all you fellas.
I don't have a shot, but I'll drink.
Peace.
Hey,
All right,
take
so-
it easy, Tommy. We'll
so-
chat
Tommy.
soon, buddy.
Tommy.
Mahalo. Mahalo. Is he in Hawaii?
And
Oh, that's
Spanish,
just cool. That's just cool to say.
He's Samoan.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, shout out to the big
Tommy's in
Oos. The big Uso. You
Yo,
feel
He's
me?
in Huntington Beach, like I am.
Shout out to all the Usos worldwide.
Dave, you're up.
So last round I was devastated. I got Todd Gurley sniped from me, and I thought, you know what, that's totally fine. I'll get Patty Mahomes on the turn. I'll be fine. But
Oh, nice.
obviously that did not happen.
Sniper.
So I'm going to do something. I'm going to go against my gut, and I'm going to trust this guy. I'm taking my boy Keenan Allen.
Oh, you
Okay.
Oh,
Perfect. Nice.
wide receiver one.
PPR machine.
I am very worried about Keenan Allen, though, for the sake of Tyrod Taylor. I just don't trust the guy. I think Keenan Allen gets a lot of his value in those little dink and dunks. Obviously Austin Eckler did as well last year. But I don't know. It's going against my gut, to be honest. But as far as wide receivers, I think his value, assuming this is PPR.
The way you
It'll be
started
Justin
is
Herbert by week 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna
luckily,
say.
you only have to worry about that for a few weeks, and then Herbert will take over.
Can I ask a question about Herbert?
Oh no!
Hold on, I'm not going to allow this.
No! Bad
I don't
hate
think he
you.
slides in
I
day
hate
one.
you.
Let's
Eli, nice.
this worked out perfectly.
Oh man!
Respect on Virginia Tech, man.
But here's the
Man,
thing. Here's
I
the thing.
was so excited to get Ty here as my number one wide receiver.
Oh, you love Ty.
Yeah. Oh
You
man,
love
he's so
thank you,
slept on
Hilton.
right now. He's so slept
Yeah.
on.
I like to call
So-
him Thank You Hilton.
That motherfucker has no hamstrings.
He don't need him. He's just gonna get peppered with targets. He's not even gonna have to move. In PPR, he's gonna get 200 targets.
You think
Hey,
though?
Paulie is Paulie's a Colts fan. Maybe he could step in on this.
Okay, yeah, let's hear this.
I mean, he just needs to stay healthy. And I don't know, man. You guys have talked about rookies already. Michael Pittman is
I
the
love
size.
Michael Pittman. Yes.
He's the size player that Rivers has been used to throwing to for a
No.
decade. Remember when they didn't have any wide receivers
Fix
that
that.
were less
Undo that.
Antonio Brown.
Vincent-
Where's Miles?
Vincent
It wasn't me.
Jackson.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Miles.
Can I ask you, as a Colts fan,
Can we
Yeah,
undo
man.
that?
Vincent Jackson.
are we over Perry Campbell, the Frenchman?
Does Miles
Perry?
remove that pick?
I think you can, Robbie.
Yeah, if you hold down your finger on it.
Yeah, we did this last time. Remember?
Cool.
Yeah. I'm not at home and I'm half paying attention, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Hey, everybody too.
Do you want me to remove that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well,
Yes. Hey,
no.
what's up,
Slow down.
Peacock?
Damn it.
Just make somebody else commissioner too, and we'll fix it.
But now you can't take digs.
Removed it.
Yeah.
Peacock, go ahead and pick. Stephon Diggs is off the board, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate
That's
it.
your punishment.
I'm gonna step away and
Stephon
top up
Diggs.
real quick.
I like that idea. I like that.
Amateur.
After my next pick, I'm going to go. I brought 2 of these things with me, but unfortunately, they're both about gone now.
Those
Oh,
micheladas.
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
That's what I was thinking too.
Hey, Michelada, give me my name.
Yeah, I have been on a fucking Michelada kick lately.
Yeah.
My
Local
tight
brewery
end.
near me, they just started brewing some micheladas.
God damn it, LQ.
Mark
The
Andrews.
Lamar Jackson.
Shout out to
Andrews
LQ.
stack. We got
Hey.
a couple nice tight end quarterback stacks going here.
And
That
fuck
actually
you,
stacked,
Peacock, for
baby.
DK, by the way. I was hoping that would come back.
God damn it.
Dude, I almost want to search videos of Peacock.
You're very welcome, Justin. You're very
Huh?
welcome.
Yeah. Come on, I'm the hype man. I'm the hype man.
Yeah, thanks, Bogart. Appreciate
No,
that,
man,
bro.
I'm here for you, man. And everybody check out, subscribe to the GMM Network. We just dropped the episode with Miles, the fantasy peacock himself. The physique, as I like to call him. You know
You
what I
can
mean?
also check out the Peacock on Rumboyz.com as well.
As well.
Yeah,
One
he
of the
writes
most
articles on
phenomenal
there.
writers. Phenomenal writers, bro.
Thank
Keep
you, man. I
your
appreciate
keep your sisters away from him.
Good thing my sisters are taken, Miles. And Miles is
And or daughters.
Miles is spoken for. Hey, man, and you know what, dog? Godspeed, man, on the house hunting, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thanks, man. I actually put in a bid for a house today.
Oh,
I
you.
put in a bid.
I owed you that.
I'm renting. I'm renting.
Yeah, touche. Touche. Made my
Renting,
decision.
take my
made my
money.
decision easy though.
Yeah, I was struggling with this decision because I was planning to have some combination of the two out of Debo, Ty, and DK.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I was stuck between Ridley and DJ Moore. I'm like, he's gonna give me one of those two. I hope.
Who'd you go with, Ridley?
I'll be right
I went with
back.
DJ Moore. Took
Okay,
DJ.
nice, because he is a number. He's a true number one in that.
He likes the patty hat.
He's
Yeah,
doing wicked hard.
He's
Wicked
smart.
hat.
He likes to
He's
pack his
smart.
cat. Smart
I
pack.
love
cat's
that
got smart
Boston
pack.
talk.
Smart
That's
pack.
that
He's got
Boston
smart
talk.
pack. It's fine.
So,
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of that DJ pick. You know, guy last year got 87 catches off 135 targets. His touchdowns were low at 4, but I want to say he had like 1,100 on targets. I don't know if anyone has the
Well,
exact.
because they go to CMC and they read a lot. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. But I think that changes this year. They're going to work him in a
PPR
little bit more.
machine.
Absolutely. So for my pick, it was going to be DJ Moore or this guy. And if I can get OBJ in the 5th round, dude, I am ecstatic with Keenan Allen, OBJ, PPR monsters.
I am fascinated with the air raid system going to Carolina. I'm fascinated.
Should be really nice.
Let's see if Teddy Bridgewater can do it.
Well, PJ Walker's there.
If DJ Moore can be a beast with no touchdowns, imagine if he scores a couple extra.
Yes,
Just
Stoner.
imagine.
Bro, the Stoner smokes weed.
Look out for Paulie
He
now.
blows a cloud and he sees the future within the cloud.
There
Are you
go.
talking about a person or just generalities? The stoner smokes the weed. I mean,
No. The Stoner.
That's just
The Stoner. The fantasy Stoner.
everybody's. Oh, yeah.
He's like an oracle. He blows the smoke and then he sees the future within the smoke. You know what I mean?
Gwildor.
You know,
He
Robert
gets that
Woods
reference.
I call him the Gandalf. I actually call him the fantasy Gandalf.
Ryan has to go running back, which he's
I like that a lot.
Wow.
Oh, good luck with him.
David Montgomery. Hey,
Good luck.
If you
the Rumboyz rookie, I'll take it.
if you saw some of his usage towards the end of the season, the last like 4 or 5 games, you were excited about David Montgomery.
No, trust me. I'm one of the biggest Bears fan. I'm from Chicago. I love the Bears. I'm a big fan of Montgomery.
Duh!
I'm
don't know.
gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say now.
Good cut.
Here I come.
Now.
I give my girl the cue list. So I just sort of take off the top, I set the cue. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the Fresh Prince of Hilaire.
Oh, he
Long
went
gone.
round.
Long
Okay,
gone,
yeah,
bro.
okay, then I got something for you. I got something for y'all.
Judge me.
Oh, I know who it's gonna be.
Before everyone can judge me, I'm letting everyone know that my next 2 picks and my next 2 rounds are going to be reaches.
Okay.
Oh no, word!
Okay.
I love it. I love the disclaimer.
I
Oh
like it.
shit, Bogart! This might be the pick I thought was coming to you.
In the words,
Oh no!
say this, every fantasy analyst say this, but like no one says it better than I feel like LQ and myself. This is go get your guy season. You gotta go get your guy now.
Yeah, bro. This is why we mock.
I already started my team off with 1 Rumboyz rookie in Josh Jacobs.
I got 3
Did
more.
you do it quickly?
Oh, don't take my Keyshawn Vaughn, you motherfucker! Don't do it to me.
Oh,
Dog.
I was like,
Kyler
I
Murray.
as a fantasy analysis,
I honestly was gonna
nice.
pick him there.
Nice.
I did a quick analysis that we're in the 5th round, and I already drank 2 of these things, so I grabbed 4 more to
There you
try
go.
and help me get through here.
Michelada, give me money.
I was literally
My
going to pick him
understanding
right
would be no
there.
match.
That's a great.
If I didn't take him, then Bogart would have ended up with a fucking Kyler Murray.
I know.
I was gonna take him. I was gonna take him right now, and you took him. And that
Like right now.
Right, I was definitely gonna take
Had to
him right
stop Bogart, bro. It had to be done.
Yeah, you know what though? The world, you know what? The world should try to stop Bogart.
I loved Kyler Murray at the end of last season,
Second running back.
and now his
do.
ADP has killed it for me.
Yeah, he's just creeping up boards, and it's gonna make
And
it
he's
cost
got
too much.
Nook.
Where's, so
I'm happy with
I'm
that.
looking at
I'm
Mostert.
happy with that pick.
Full disclosure, I'm looking at Mostert or Keyshawn Vaughn here. That's why I have him queued up. You know what I mean?
Can you tell me exactly what the hell you're doing right now?
I'm
I
doing.
don't believe Bogart for
No, you
one.
did not. No, you did not.
It's my cue list, B.
He did that out of spite.
He did.
Like,
You're goddamn right.
you knew that was my next round pick.
Oh, you know I love some F1.
Hey, as I like to call him, the Scottish lad, because McLaurin is like Scottish or Irish, so I'm ignorant, right? Like the Scottish lad.
So I'm ignorant.
I fire up the bagpipes every time he does something. Fire up the bagpipes, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got my rowdy Piper shirt on. Fuck it, dog. The Scottish lad. He's a number one. He's a number one.
Like in the rundown when the guy
Robbie,
walks
why
out
are you
with the
so
bagpipes.
upset, buddy?
Yeah.
What's wrong, Robbie?
Because he's a Skins fan. He's a Skins fan.
Personal. Oh shit. LQ's
No
in the
shit.
lobby.
Love the Scottish lad. Love the laddie.
You know,
The laddie.
I just want to say I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm sorry for not being so vocal. I'm just really stoned right now. But cheers.
Sure. You're the icon, bro. You don't have to apologize. For
There you go.
Yeah, Jimbo, you're just there for the face.
Perpetual light shines
I mean,
upon you.
Yeah. I usually
You
don't
love the
get
icon.
stoned. I don't get stoned this early.
Are you
but-
doing what tequila
Yeah,
are
me
you?
neither.
Hey, look at
featuring tonight?
Laquan's in outer space.
Wow.
Yes.
You thought you were high, Jimbo. Look at Laquan.
Yeah, Laquan, I love your shit, man. I'm a big fan of yours, bud.
Jump on real quick. Anybody order an IHOP with that combo stack with Jackson and Andrews?
Hey, listen, that's
Hey, Tommy's got a pick.
I would order that. If it was on the menu, I'm ordering that.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Laquan, I love your Instagram, by the way.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yo, I really got to know what Mike's koozie says for real.
Stoner, you're up.
I was praying that Andrews fell to me in the fifth because I was not going to go running back, but then you took him and just fucked everything up. So,
Hey, you know what? Hey,
Yo, Ryan,
you know
you're
what?
so risky, bro. Like you just roll the dice like no other.
it's a mock.
Yeah, Mark, all night.
Like,
Hey,
Mom, all night.
Hey, okay.
hey.
Now,
Whoever was watching,
rookie.
just jumped off.
Damn, Stoner.
Oh my
Stoner
goodness.
got 3 rookie running backs.
Hey, just thinking out loud, I'd be keen to do this as a real league if everyone else is. Maybe we could.
Remember, I said that at the beginning. I said, do not be surprised if I say that this is now your team. Welcome to the.
I'm totally cool with that. Totally cool with that.
Honestly, how do you guys like DeAndre Swift in Detroit?
Good
I
pick,
love it.
Stoner.
I actually
Do
love
you?
it.
Good pick, Stoner.
Didn't we say the same thing about Kerryon Johnson though?
Yeah. He is Kerryon Johnson from 2 years ago, like with my love for him, because Kerryon Johnson did not become the player that I thought Kerryon Johnson was going
His
to be.
knees work.
Yeah.
But Kerryon Johnson also averages, regardless of the health thing, 3.6 yards per carry. That is, for a guy who people were talking.
I averaged 3.4 yards a carry.
Darren Waller, Tommy, that's a homer.
I average 2 yards per carry, and that's just me falling forward.
Nice pick.
Darren Waller, the Raiders, homer pick, Tommy.
I love the
I'm giving you
Keyshawn
shade,
pick
damn
too, GM.
Great. That was my next pick. That's a heartbreaker. I almost took him over Montgomery, but I thought with his ADP he would slide a little bit. So
How did y'all?
I know that's the tough part about drafting with other people who
With
actually
sharps?
know what they're doing.
exactly.
You guys literally let Bogart tell us all of his damn picks.
I think for me, when I grab guys like Tyreek and Julio, who are top-notch wide receivers, I can take chances on these running backs.
That's exactly how I feel.
I'm living the opposite
Akers.
role right here.
Who-
I'm taking the chance on my wide receivers.
But I believe, this league is a running back by committee league now. So, like, if I'm getting 3 guys who I believe are going to get 60+% of the touches in their offense as a running back, I'm down when I can match him with a Julio, a Tyreek, and a Zach Ertz.
Oh no, I
mean,
love it. I love it. But my only
You
fear
can't
is
tell
with
what to
3
think.
rookies, one of them you're going to be wrong on.
Right. That means 2 of them I'm right on.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's no different than drafting veterans, brother. I mean, honestly, it's no different than drafting 2 running backs and throwing Jordan Howard on 8 rounds.
Damn it! I really wanted Mark Ingram.
Oh, he wasn't getting past me. That was the pick. So
I had to do something. Like I had to do something.
it's a great pick. I wanted him so bad.
Hey, Laquan, I know you like Akers. What do you think about him as a Rams fan? Bob?
Full send. Akers will be a beast.
Now just rewind last year and remember everyone said the same thing about Darrell Henderson and
No.
the year before Malcolm
yeah,
Brown.
we're just a year behind on Henderson though.
Right.
No, I was never on the Hendo hype.
So I pissed not only Rams fans off. I'm sorry, Laquan, but I pissed every single high fantasy analyst that was like, yeah, Darrell Henderson. I'm like, listen, personally, I met the motherfucker and I interviewed him. I sat right next to him. That was the most boring, least electrifying person I've ever met. Loft times 10. Fuck no.
I still want to see this interview actually, or hear it.
I know. I gotta
Is
release
it not on YouTube? I've seen it.
Take your ass on Sportscaster, all right? Support my sponsors.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen it somewhere. I know I watched.
I had a weird vibe from him. I mean, I feel like the kid might have talent, and if you throw him with the right coach who can
Bruh.
be
That coach is
type of
too high energy
personality.
for him.
He cannot handle it. He's not ready for that. work.
McVay is not that coach. McVay seems like an alpha type of coach.
Yeah.
When I say that it looked like he was stoned fucking 2 ways to goddamn Sunday. Shout out to Porter Loves Sundays.
Well, then obviously we need to move him up our ranks a little.
There
more.
you go. He needs to come on board.
I believe I was wrong about him all along.
Yeah.
Bro,
I think he's gonna improve.
He wasn't even giving me the Marshawn Lynch treatment.
Oh, we got the Marlon Mack.
Like he was just like,
Oh my god.
like, he just seemed like he had no fucking interest in like playing football, talking about football, giving to the whole weekend, even during the fucking photo shoot that they did at the Rose Bowl, he looked the most dead and like lifeless.
That's horrible. Like I hate for a kid because that means he just has natural talent. Imagine that a dude who is uninterested in doing something gets to a level that less than 0.5% of the population or whatever that number is. It's ridiculously low.
He did not.
So this dude has such natural talent that he can get there and be disinterested. Imagine how good he would be
if he
cared. If he gave a fuck.
So he's Ricky Williams. He's a lesser version of Ricky Williams, is what he is.
So at this.
Just to plug my show, Ricky Williams. Just to plug my show, I just gave a Ricky Williams autographed jersey away.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't win that one either, huh, Justin?
No, you didn't. But
It's so bad.
But I did send you a one with
with
even without you winning, Jimmo. I actually sent it yesterday, so it should be there in like.
I love you, sir.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
How did you not rig that
Hey,
for me to win?
Hey, your candy episode.
Because you
was
didn't
incredible.
comment. You didn't comment on my videos. That's all you have to do.
It's garbage.
So just quickly, I was desperately hoping Marlon Mack would slide to me because I am very worried about the running backs going forward. Our best running back is the guy I was just ragging on, Kerryon Johnson, followed by
Yes.
Philip Lindsay and Geis.
That's why I took
thought-
Mac. Because
I thought,
these
oh,
guys
man.
took 65 running backs in the first 3 rounds. So
Oh, dude.
there's one
Mac
left.
in the 6th.
And you know what? Marlon
Mac in the
Mack's
6th
not-
with a steal.
Mac's not dead. He's gonna play this year.
You mean there will be a return of the Mac? Is what
They
you said?
didn't pick up his options.
And it will not be an
Exactly.
Indianapolis.
Turn of the
It's
Mac.
his last year.
Oh,
though.
we're
I'm
gonna
talking
lose-
about
we're gonna lose my
Bogart.
viewership. We're gonna
Jonathan
lose my
Taylor
viewership.
is
I'm a big-
not a bell cow until Mac leaves, and then Jonathan Taylor will be
Marlon
one of
Mack
the
is
few bell
dead.
cows in the league.
4
I'm a
out of
big-
40 of Old English for him.
Ah, yes.
The Indianapolis
Oh,
running
he's
back room
25
is
years
exactly
old,
like
Stoner. He's 24
No.
years old.
yo.
No.
The Indianapolis
Bogart.
running back room is
What's up,
exactly
Jess?
like the
What's up,
Redskins
Jess?
running back room,
I got another one for
except
you.
better.
Marlon Mack
So
is
players
Wait,
Galladay.
And hot.
Marlon
It's
Mack
the players
is
Galladay.
great.
Nice.
Oh, how big I'm going back.
I like it.
Oh, the players Galladay. I like that, Jess. You fuck with the Bay Area shit. I know you.
I like it, Mike.
AJ Green. I wasn't looking at him, but I just that pick
AJ
Yeah.
gives me
That's
mixed
solid.
emotions. It's mixed
I mean, that's
emotions.
solid.
I
like
round.
it.
I like
the
him.
value.
6 years, so
I think AJ Green in the 6th for me is.
It's
I
really
mean, he's
solid.
still a top 20 wide receiver for me going into next year. For redraft, if
Absolutely.
I
if this
agree
is-
for the first 4 weeks.
I was
Does
gonna
he
say,
wanna
call
be
me.
it's fine. I'll trade
No,
him
I'm
to
just
somebody
after
by
week-
week by
trade
week
him after
3.
week 4.
I mean, probably longer than that. But my point is, I don't think he stays healthy a full season.
He's
You know what? I want to
the
backtrack what
dynasty
Sven
opinions
said.
will weigh people's redraft opinion too much, and so
Yeah, but
you
if
go.
you're,
you'll
if you're
leave,
bouncing, if
and
you're
people
bouncing
write him off
back
for
and
dead.
forth, if you're bouncing back and forth between him and Ty to be your wide receiver too, I think you're in pretty good shape at that point.
Yeah, I think
Well,
I'll survive.
I
It's
do
not a
want to.
bad position to
Sven
be
said.
in. Let me just say that.
Oh yeah, you ain't lying, Stoner. But even Sven said, trade him away if he gets hot, right after week 4. But also if he's like, if he only serves his purpose to take the top off and he's not doing much and he looks healthy, I would even trade for him after week 4. Like, you know what I
Hold
mean?
on. It's also possible that he gets traded
Mm.
sometime
Yes,
in
sir.
the season.
Ooh.
There's
do you
a
think
very
you would
big
get for him?
possibility of that.
Do you think his second
Depending
round
on where he
third round
ends up,
could-
San Francisco could increase his value. I mean,
Hey, you know what? Hold on. Let me make the phone call. Hold on. Hey, babe, I know you're watching this upstairs. Make the phone call, babe.
Wow.
Kyle, call John. Kyle, call
Yes.
John. I know you're watching.
We have the direct line over here.
Let's see. We got clock managed.
Yeah, I'm on the clock. I know. I'm looking.
I love my Keyshawn
This
Vaughn.
is
pick.
when you got to start
Such a
really
good pick.
thinking.
Yeah, no, this is where the thinking comes in.
Isn't it fun to think back that AJ Green and Julio Jones were in the
Used to
same
be
draft
those
class,
guys.
right?
Yeah.
No, so honestly,
Jay Green started off where
right
he
now
should've been.
I was just looking to. It took me a while because I've been drinking a little bit, but I was trying to look.
Michelada, give
Can
me
you stop
money.
telling us?
Take
Stop
a number.
bragging about it. Jesus.
I had to see who got Odell Beckham because I want to apologize to them for taking the Browns' #1 wide receiver.
There you go.
Ah!
Juice.
Hey, don't go ragging on Odell, man. OBJ's my boy.
How do we feel? Wait, hold on.
Jarvis? Was it Jarvis? Is
Well,
that his
Jarvis
name?
is
DJ
a great
Jarvis?
The
Jarvis,
juice.
yeah.
Yeah, the juice.
Jarvis was a wide receiver 1 last year. He was like wide receiver 12.
And
He's
can-
so
He's
disrespected.
very
I don't-
consistent.
I don't know
Very
what's going to happen with this offense.
Now they have a coach who's
I don't
going
know.
to throw the ball 100 fewer
Well,
times.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, we can look
I
at
am all
Stefanski.
I am all in on Odell this year. All
Let's
in.
say it also
Yeah, I
and
agree.
still keep.
I
I
agree.
mean,
David
I
Njoku.
honestly just traded for Odell in a different league that I was talking about right before.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, that
Let's look
dude
at
is far
Stefanski.
too good and has far too much pride in himself
Yeah.
for him to not come out and try to
Yeah, so
to slay.
One of two
in his
things
second
happens:
year.
Odell either kills it or he destroys the kicking.
God damn.
One of those two things is happening.
Or he marries the kicking net, exactly.
Well, he's either
they're still
destroying it
married.
or marrying it.
Are
One
they
of the
still
two.
Married? They're still married.
Yeah,
Those are
happily
one
right
and the
now.
same, clock
Yeah,
management.
Why are we breaking?
Destroying
why are we
and
breaking this
marrying
marriage
are
up?
one and the same.
Well, think about this.
Oh, Gallup went. I was hoping to get him on the
Oh.
turn to get because I also wanted to get Dallas's number one wide receiver.
Love
My
that.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I took Dallas's number one wide receiver instead of the fantasy locust of Amari Cooper.
Amari will have a good season, but I agree. Michael Gallup will get the most targets.
He's the guy.
Amari will
LQ
have a
knows-
good season in 4 games.
diagnosed him early on too.
He dies, but then again, if Gallup is having an outstanding season so far, why would you double team if Amari's not doing so well? You know what I mean? So it's like it's going to be tough, that offense.
Well, now you have Lamb there on top of that. I don't know how many people are going to get doubled at all.
And Blake Jarwin is a serviceable tight end.
So-
He's
so
not
this why
terrible.
Zeke-
You just put the
This why
number
Zeke-
one cornerback on Amari because he stops trying once he gets good coverage.
Okay, so Lamb, Michael Gallup,
and
Blake
then you
Jarwin,
double
Zeke.
coverage.
Yeah,
put double
everybody
coverage on
else.
someone else.
Hey, God bless Amari Cooper for existing in the world for us to get all those other guys then. You know what I mean?
Give me Michael Gallup.
Damn, I
And
love
Jim.
that pick. Real deal.
Really
He
good
just
pick.
took Brandon Cooks.
Fuck.
I love it
fucking
because
guy
he's a
with
Rams
Brandon
fan too. He's a Rams fan too. And let's be honest, dog.
Deal with those concussions.
He's the number one. He's the number one though.
Deal with those concussions. though.
Theoretically.
So I agree.
In the
Like, yeah,
Texans,
he's
he's
got
number
health
one.
issues, but if I'm taking him as my number 3, number 4 wide receiver,
That's
But
not-
as,
that's
but
not
as a
terrible.
number
That's
one
not
on
terrible.
his own team though, theoretically.
But every bad thing you're saying about Cooper applies to Cooks. If you look
Yeah,
at his
true.
game in, game out, it's the same roller coaster.
Pretty
So as much as I call Amari Cooper the pooper scooper, maybe Cooks is cooking up some turds. You know what I mean?
There you go.
This guy and his puns. I love it. I love this guy. I love
Bro,
this guy.
the alcohol does it. Tito's, give me money.
Oh man. I live in Texas.
I
I
love
live
you
in
too.
Texas. I'm
I
right,
love you
I'm
too,
right,
Sven. I
I'm
love
right
you
near
too.
the factory. I could go get some like fresh whiskey.
go.
and vodka for you.
Oh, that's right. Even Tito's is out there in Texas too, right? Austin.
No, I'm like 3 hours away from Austin.
Okay, but Tito's is from Texas, right?
Logan lives in the DFW area.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to my man Wolverine right here, bro. Low key. He's
Being
an
from,
X-Man,
from
bro.
the West Coast, I just assume Texas is one big desert.
Yeah, it's not
It's fucking hot.
9 hours
hot.
from here.
Ben,
It's
I'll tell you
far.
that. I'll say that.
what is with your Wolverine chops, bro?
Bro,
Because I can.
It looks
Yes.
good. It looks good.
Yes,
I'm
it does,
asking.
though.
It looks good.
I mean, and then you get like I can like.
Well, you're like the
Better
fantasy
question.
Gandalf.
Yeah, you got to ask.
Stoner's the
You
Gandalf
got to ask
of the game.
Wolverine. What's with
It
his
looks-
fin chops?
There you go.
Hugh Jackman. I hear he's like crashing like Zoom meetings. So let's
Is he?
get him on here.
Are you the Hugh Jackman? Don't lie to us.
Yeah,
Don't lie to us.
I'm gonna go on and tweet it out to him right now.
Did you see? Did you guys see Will Ferrell jumped in the Seahawks offensive meeting on Zoom?
Nice.
God, it was
I have
hilarious.
zero desire to watch that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was pretty
great.
funny.
I read that it happened,
don't-
and I'm like,
I don't
that's
like-
hilarious.
I don't like Will Ferrell right now.
Whoa.
Hey,
That
you
was
know what
kind of-
though?
kind of a reach
Wolverine
there.
will fuck up Will Ferrell. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I'm deciding in a fight between Will Ferrell and
If it's the
Wolverine,
Elf
I'm going
versus
with
Wolverine, bro.
but I love both of them. So,
Justin, like, there's like 24 picks before he gets back to me. I had to take him there.
oh, Hayden Hurst, yeah, damn.
Yeah.
I like
I gotta
it.
tell you,
Wow.
I have a Hayden
I was
Hurst take.
not watching
Hey,
the
Robbie.
screen, and when Bogard was talking, he sounded like fucking Ralphie from the league.
I'll let you know.
hey, shout out to Gandalf of the fantasy world. My man, the stoner, bro. He's like Gandalf the white, Gandalf the green, even. You know
That's
what I mean?
Gandalf the Green,
Or
yeah.
purple. You know what I mean? Just fuck it.
Gandalf the Caucasian.
I love it. There you go. I'm just saying, right? Because he got all kind of flavors. You know what I'm saying? Well, what we're talking about, the ism. And yes, for all the listeners,
That's my choice right there. Bats was between those two.
Hey,
I'm like,
Yeah,
And,
I know. Again,
and
it
let me-
came down to it. I was looking at him and then Carry On, sadly, a little bit.
Yeah, I was
know.
too. That was the third, but honestly, I went with Darius just because I thought it'd make Robbie upset.
One was more wicked than the other.
Well, he wasn't getting past me. He was 100% going there. I think that Darius Geis is obviously, when he's healthy, he's shown that he can be an unbelievable fantasy running back.
he's
He's
incredible.
the best running back of
Hold on,
all
time
time
out.
for preseason.
Let me go right there. You guys are sitting here grabbing guys like Darius Geis and Philip Lindsay and Sony Michel and questioning why I'm picking 3 rookies
Yeah.
who have the
rookies go
lion's share of the offense.
No,
That's why I
didn't.
Pun
that's why I picked
intended.
3 rookies.
No, because I picked
Pun
them 2
intended,
rounds
open
after you
clear.
picked those
Right.
guys.
Listen, I haven't
But
rubbed
I'm
Picked them
saying-
2 rounds after.
anyone's
But I'm saying
lineup.
that's why I picked those guys, because the fucking other options were garbage.
Well, that's true, but also
Let him know,
this is
Gandalf.
my 4th running back.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
true.
so-
You're always running back heavy. I love it.
Congratulations.
I'm going to take.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm going to take a guy who I think is going to lose his number 1 position by the end of the year. But given the PPR format, I'm excited to have his services. It's Julian Edelman. I know he's Brady-less. I'm actually a Patriots fan, full disclosure. I'm a Patriots fan. But
You're totally good.
I saw the McGinnis jersey in the background. I was pretty
Yeah, so
chuffed.
is John.
Thank you.
But-
You both are wicked smat.
Shout
I
out
like
to
that
Will-
pick.
Southern
Wicked.
California
I like that pick.
with an
I
Australian
do-
accent, and he's a Patriots fan.
It's a wicked smart value.
Guys, if Edelman left, I told myself I'm going to do something that's pretty radical. But if you remember in 2018, there was a duo of running backs that you could start both of them if you had both of them.
Come on,
This is
and-
risky. We talked about it. This is redraft. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to go Kareem Hunt because
Dude.
Or as I like to call him, Kareem, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think they're
Kareem
going to
Hunt.
go. I think they're going to tighten up and go run centric. They put a 2nd round tender on him, and
So no one would take him, especially with his off the field issues.
There's so many freaking weapons on that offense.
Here's the thing.
I feel like we've had this conversation a year
Oh,
ago.
you
Anyone
got
else
your
have deja
handcuffs,
vu?
that's for sure.
Let's remember Stefanski though. Stefanski coming from Minnesota, he had the likes of Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison, and Dalvin Cook was never negatively affected by Alexander Madison, but you had to have Madison if you
yeah,
had
but
I like
Alexander
it.
Madison
No, I'm
is
just
not
saying though.
Kareem Hunt.
No,
Kareem Hunt is a running back one.
Exactly,
He's
exactly.
starting running
So,
back.
I
This
feel
is-
like these
this
two
is a
guys don't
must-have
like they're
handcuff.
you don't. It's not even a handcuff because like
They have their own role.
value. It's
No,
like
exactly.
Evan Coleman and
You might
Freeman.
even be able to flex him in. Like if you own
He's
both
my
those
RB3.
guys.
He's my RB3. So
Yeah. But I'm just saying though, too,
Damn,
if you
tight
own
end
both
run,
those
huh?
guys.
Yeah.
Let's get a third one. Let's get a third one, Jimmo.
Hey,
The,
did
uh,
anybody take Darren Waller, the big baller?
Don't be talking this
gotcha.
shit.
Is Darren Waller the big baller?
Hey,
taking
Just
off?
Hey,
traded
can I-
for Darren Waller.
Yeah, he's
Can I
got.
go? Can I,
Okay.
In a
can I jump
dynasty.
in for a second?
Nice. Okay. What's up, Steiner?
I want to go.
Go-
I want to go.
go
back
ahead,
to that-
Michael.
I want to go back to Julian Edelman.
Michael, because that's the actor who plays.
Let's go back to that Julian
I
Edelman
think-
pick. I'm showing the
I
board
think-
right now. The board is up on for all the
I
viewers.
think Julian Edelman here is a guy.
There
who
we go.
He fits into that same mold that I mentioned about AJ Green, as a guy who
Okay,
could
100%.
Jimmo.
potentially
Really?
get traded and still retain that value. So
Well, the guy had
Also-
100 catches for 153.
Yeah, and his
Also,
catch percent is outrageous too.
I
if
want
Jared,
to.
if
I
Jared,
wanna-
hold on, if Jared Stidham is going to be their quarterback,
He's throwing to him.
Julian Edelman is going to be their coach.
Damn, I
on the
love that
field.
pick, Jimmo.
So,
Thank you,
so
sir.
Julian Edelman is going to be the security blanket for Jared Stidham as much as he was for Tom Brady. Because
100 catches
someone-
off 153 targets for 1,100 yards.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
mean,
Doesn't sound outrageous,
Uncanny.
honestly.
It's
65% catch rate, which is great. A ton of yardage.
If he gets it within like
even if you decline that by 15%,
Which you
that's
have
still 85
to.
catches.
Yeah, which you have
Still
to at this
85
point.
catches.
But yeah, like you said, it's still great, especially for where he's going.
And
as my
And if
wide
he
receiver
ends
3.
up- And if he ends up getting moved, then you're in a position that your boy just got traded to a contender.
A Rod goes off the board as the seventh or quarterback? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Wow.
6.
I got my guy. I got a QB on the way right now.
I got a question for you guys.
I
then.
got one. Okay, what's up, Sven?
So based on obviously they're not pursuing a quarterback, the Patriots. How do you guys feel about Sony Michel as far as like getting more carries? I mean, trying to establish the run with Sony
I
Michel.
worry about the line.
Sony Michel is trash.
You still have James
him,
White.
baby.
You still have James
He is
White.
trash.
What offense are you trying to run?
Listen, Sony Michel, I see him every single home game. He has gained so much weight. He's lazy. He doesn't give a shit.
Because he says
He gets
too.
Robbie, we can see your board,
restaurant.
your watch list and stuff.
Look,
whatever.
Sony
I got you, bro. I got you.
Look,
Yes,
Sony as a rookie finished strong as a rookie and into the playoffs.
Into the playoffs.
He
My thing
carried
is-
that team. Hold on, he carried that team well. And then
But-
he went into last season. Hold on. He went into last season having had a scope on his knee and having had a procedure. So he was not the right.
That was the year
dude.
prior. That was the year prior.
25
he's
years,
in the
25
doghouse
years
here.
old and ready to go into an offense where he is the primary dude.
Yeah.
And if you remember last season too, they made
He
it.
wasn't ready for that, I guess. Yeah.
No, my only thing with this whole thing.
Hold on. If fantasy teaches us anything, it's that volume matters.
Yes.
So Sony is a volume play right
And
now.
and
Hold on, in this position, you're getting him as a third if you're stupid or you stocked up on wide receivers,
fourth or fifth,
or
even.
a fourth running back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is a great volume play right now that
Yeah.
could potentially vault you into a fucking championship.
The Sony PlayStation 5, bro.
Real quick, so I agree with you that like the volume play is there. He's down on draft boards because
the
of
rookie,
the performance
though. With the
last
rookie
year.
QB.
So you're going to see you're going to get value out of him. The thing I do disagree with you on is that the Patriots are out on a quarterback. Because the Patriots are not out on a quarterback. The Patriots are always in on anyone they could get at a value, and that's
Can I
what
go
they
bold?
do.
Can I go bold?
Bill Belichick, he's waiting until that price tag's coming down for these quarterbacks.
Okay.
And he may pick
So
one
what
up.
Bold.
So what is an Andy Dalton or a Cam Newton?
Yes. I'm going
that's
Cam Newton.
That's what I said.
I'm going Cam Newton.
Stoner, that's
Okay.
what I was saying. I agree
So
with
there's
you
no
on
one else.
the Sony Michel take. I said the only part I was out on is that, or the only part
The
I
fact that
didn't
it's
agree with
Stidham.
is that they're out on a quarterback. I don't agree with that.
Can I throw? I want to go bold. I want to go bold.
I wouldn't be surprised a week from now if they say, "Oh, they signed Cam."
Twitter and
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Bogart has the talking sword, so let's get
Oh yeah, okay. So check this out.
Yeah, don't make him swing it.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so check this out. I want to.
My pants are up.
I have a bold prediction that I maybe not so much.
Mine are not.
I want
I was gonna
Cam
say
Newton.
that's a first.
Cam Newton's gonna go to the goddamn New England Patriots because not only is he arrogant enough to want to fill Tom Brady's shoes, like yeah, he can do it, right? But I remember Josh McDaniels with Tim Tebow in Denver. So there is a mobile QB playbook. At the same time, come on, Tim Tebow was essentially a fullback that was a signal caller. Why not
Listen,
bring
man,
in Cam Newton?
Cam Newton does not fit the system out here in New England. There's no way he.
Well, I did call it a bogey.
I see Andy Dalton has a better fit here.
Of course,
I agree.
because-
You know,
I agree.
Of course,
Andy
because
Dalton's a
he's
better fit in New
cut and
England than
dry.
Cam Newton.
yeah. I mean, Cam's a great player. Don't get me
Well, you
wrong.
know, well, that's
Fine.
why
No,
I'm Bogart.
the bigger question I got is, can Teddy Bridgewater fill Cam Newton's dress?
And another hot take. Put this down. If anybody wants to make a bet, James White will lead the New England Patriots in receptions and rushing yards this year.
And rushing yards?
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not.
Anybody who wants to take
you
that
know what?
bet,
though?
I
You're
will
right.
take it.
It's a kind of hard.
Jimbo,
to
I'm
disagree
in.
with that.
I'm in.
All right, DM me or text me
So,
afterwards.
so you mean you're about to pick up James White right now?
I was just
No,
gonna say,
not right now.
don't you hate?
You
when,
should if you
oh,
think that.
Don't you hate when someone
Because
brings up
I'm
the guy
thinking-
you want to
okay.
take?
Babe, I know you're watching. Put him on the queue.
I was expecting to take him much later, but I mean, whatever.
Now you might have to.
Tyler Boyd's a great.
Okay.
Damn, Tyler Boyd still exists.
Right back.
Oh my god! If Tyler Boyd still exists right now, what are we
Wow,
doing as
Hamburger.
PPR analysts? Okay, actually, can we get a consensus right
I mean,
now?
how?
PPR should just
Tyler
be it.
Boyd at the end of the 7th round.
Everybody that's not playing PPR, please reconsider your life. This
Just for the record,
Andrews is no
Bogart.
fun.
Yeah, what's up?
PPR is now standard.
Yes, it's the new standard.
Is it PPR?
It's the default. Well, I'm calling it default now because standard by definition is like
If you're not playing
non-PPR.
PPR, we should call it classic.
Yes, classic. Ooh, I like that, Gandalf.
I'm going to go one step further. I think bonus. I think
There he
bonus
is.
points.
Here he is.
Bonus points over 100 yards rushing or receiving are worth a decent amount of points because it makes the game. You got to admit, 100 yards is pretty decent, right? If you get 100 yards rushing, but it also adds that extra element of suspense because if you're going 28 yards and you just need him to rush for 2 yards or catch a little dink and dunk, you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. Like, come on, man.
Especially if you need that
They're not
5
gonna
points. If you're
but just-
deficit, it's 5 points. And you need
Exactly.
that extra 2 yards. You're right.
Let me throw something out here. When you're talking about yards, I often make jokes about math and how I was under the impression there would be no math, but I actually am really good at math. Like numbers are
Gandalf, I don't doubt you.
Numbers are wicked. Numbers are wicked easy for me. So if you break it down, a guy 1,000 yards rushing, receiving, it's only 62.5 yards, 63 yards a game.
Per game, yeah, out of 16. You're right. Correct.
So it's not that much. So to hit 100 yards a game is kind of a big deal. Like,
Yeah, you ain't lying.
regardless of how much we see it more often now than maybe we did 10 or even especially 20 years ago. Like, it is still a big deal to hit 100 yards a game. So I agree that a bonus, fuck yeah, give us a
Stone
the bonus.
That's the
Bonus,
Just
give
makes it
me
more fun.
money.
in our I grew up in Washington, and here they have
Sorry about
The state of.
I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that.
yeah they you should be. I'm a 49er fan, so it was horrible.
Bang, bang.
But we have a thing called Math Olympiad.
We got a trophy case full of Lombardis. What are you talking
No, I said I'm a 49er fan that grew up in Washington.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
Making sure.
but here in the state we got
Yeah, sorry about that.
this thing called Math Olympiad when you're younger, and it's like the top like
Am I fucked up?
5% of math students go to the Capitol and compete. And like I was part of that, and then like I started playing fantasy football because I love football, and then I'm like, wait, this is math.
This is math, yeah.
I'm like, I love
Yeah.
this.
You guys can all do math. Can we talk about my pick for a second?
Did you pick? Who'd you
Well,
go with?
I went to
quickly,
Devontae
but-
Parker late. He will define the late. How the
Dude, that's solid.
he was
That's
wide.
solid.
What round? What round? did you get?
I needed an up and coming,
807.
like, high upside guy. And he has every bit the upside.
You
Showed it
guys
to
can't
us
hear
last
me,
year.
right?
Devontae
forget
Parker,
he's got a
man,
new
we all
quarterback
shit on him
named
for years
Tua.
because he didn't do anything. But
That's
last
a great
year,
pick.
he showed something else. He was kind of playing. He had some Debo type, like get out of my way, like
Whoa.
pushing guys down and shit. After the
He's gonna be awesome. He is gonna be awesome.
No, I
Devontae
like
Parker.
him. I like him. I like
He's finishing top 10 this year.
Debo more.
That's
he's
my
going
bold.
to
That is
define.
my bold.
We're always
Spin, you're wild. You're wild.
Dude,
Sven.
top 10. I'm telling you, he looked like Paulie. I mean, there was something about him last year. Like he looked like he was ready.
I don't know about top 10, especially we don't know. I mean,
We're gonna have a
Fitzpatrick-
quarterback change.
He was number 8 last year.
There's
He
a lot
was,
of
yeah.
bold. There's a lot of bold.
Yeah, we're gonna have a quarterback
Fitzpatrick
change.
loved
Devontae Parker
him.
looks awesome. Yes, and he's gonna start the
Fitz-
season. Josh Rosen sucks. Tua's not gonna play. It's gonna be Ryan Fitzpatrick for a while, in my
So
opinion.
I like Devontae Parker did great last year. He is doing fantastic. But are we going to discount the whole rest of his career?
I agree with you there. I agree there. But yeah, he did do well last
Like,
year.
let's only
If-
look
if
at his
Fitzpatrick-
highlight reel.
He's on a rise. He's up there. He's going.
So just quickly, I'm going to make
I like
my
him
pick.
at this point, though. That
Okay.
being said,
I normally don't like to pick dudes who have women's names, but
Dudes.
hold on, it's thinking. There we go.
Yeah.
Jerry Judy. I don't know if I trust a man named Judy.
oh, the
That being-
judge.
That being said,
Beauty.
that
Do you
being
have
said,
any running? Do you have any running backs?
I got 3. Yeah, I got Zeke, Chris Carson, and DJ.
I just see it from here. That's why. Sorry.
After this
Okay,
round,
yeah.
we're gonna pause the draft. We're going to review some picks really quick.
Yep. No. Yeah. So I guess long story short, I think Jerry Judy's going to take over from Hamilton by the end of the year. He's too much of a talent, and Drew
Day
Lock.
one.
Drew Lock is going to have a good second year.
Day one.
Can I go back and talk about mine? I mean, obviously, somebody mentioned Tyler Boyd. He shouldn't have been there at 7-12. He's lined up to be the number one wide receiver in Cincinnati as soon as AJ dies. And then Jalen steps into a position in Philly where they don't have a designated number one. I don't know that he's going to be the number one or even a top 5 rookie wide receiver, but the opportunity and the potential is there. So
Absolutely.
to grab him as my wide receiver 4, knowing that Philly does not have a wide receiver 1 and just drafted him in the first round
it's a solid pick.
Okay, it's a solid snag. And just to touch on what Paulie said, Devontae Parker's money, dude. Yeah, he had one great year, but come on, man. Like, he had a really great year with Fitzy, and he's got Tua coming in to throw him the ball. I'm down.
What kind of cake is that, bro? What is that? Is that homemade?
No. That's from White's Bakery.
Oh, that's the picture you put up earlier.
Kerryon Johnson finally goes off.
Yeah, I'm gonna take him here as my number 5 running back. I'm okay with that.
How the mighty have fallen.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Sure, running backs are they're just wow.
Bro,
let's see what happens.
Rest in peace.
Let's see what happens. Let's
R.I.P.
Yeah, right. It's like I'll take a shot on him. I'm not saying I have faith in Kerryon Johnson. I'm just saying if he doesn't, then this is a great value.
And DeAndre Swift too. I mean,
I would rather draft
see.
Devontae Freeman in the 15th round than take Kerryon right here.
But you could do both. You could do both.
When there's so much talent on the board that is actually going to contribute, right?
Yeah,
no chance.
I'm real interested to see what happens with Freeman.
Kerryon's still talented.
I can't believe he's not signed yet.
He just can't stay healthy.
I don't disagree that he's talented, and I was a big have been a big Kerryon fan. Like,
a lot of
from
us
the
have, and I
time-
think that's kind of why I can get him here is because he's scoring so many people.
I thought that they cut him. I really did. No, I mean I liked him, but
someone's
I thought he got
literally going to cut his Achilles just so
Really quick.
Yeah, I also have Darius Guice.
Really quick. Speaking of talented, the group of individuals that we have on this goddamn panel, I don't think that anything more informative.
As Jemo shoves tiramisu into his face.
Hey, little Bogart. More
Right.
influential.
Party Rex.
Sexy.
I love that guy.
For the fantasy football industry than this live stream that's going down right now.
You mean you might say we are the premier.
And I was looking at tight end for my last pick. Cheers.
Darren Waller. Darren Waller went off already.
He went off a while ago, but I was looking at tight end a while. I was looking at tight end on my last pick, but then I looked. I'm like, the other two teams picking after me already have a tight end. So let me not.
Johnny Smith.
So now I'm going with Hunter Henry here.
Man, I was hoping he would fall.
What round?
This is
ninth
eighth
round.
Older in the ninth round. Wow, phenomenal. Hey, Trey Boy, let him know, Trey Boy.
Even if Herbert plays like mid-season, like I feel like he would. Why wouldn't you throw to your talented tight end? I know it's a.
Hey, Clock, I love how you mentioned that you took a peek at the people picking behind you,
Oh,
especially
smart.
when you're on the turnaround. I mean, it seems like an obvious thing for people to do.
But
For us, it seems like an obvious thing, but
Yeah, other
maybe
people
for
out there might not
someone who's
think
new
about
and-
that. Yeah.
yeah,
I want to raise
if
my
they-
son to be the premier fantasy analyst. So I wanted him to have him take a gander at the Gandalf and the goat and spin and the clock management. He needed to take a gander at You are, bro. You're like, bro, you shout
off the green.
You shout
off the green.
I got a Photoshop guy that's asking me what I want for my Twitter header. And it
There you
might
go.
be Gandalf.
Gandalf the
might be my
Green.
face on
Bro,
Gandalf.
can I be like
Hey, just make sure you're not paying him. Otherwise, I'm gonna get that made for you for free.
Yeah, I ain't paying for shit.
bro,
you gotta
let me be one of the hobbits.
You got to get Voltron's dick.
No. Is it a big black dick?
I'm going to make a pick here, and it might be
It's
a couple.
5'11". It's Damian Williams.
Is it
Voltron.
Ah, you took my handcuff.
I'm gonna make a pick here, and it might be a couple of rounds early, but this is a guy who I think is going to finish third overall by the end of the year, and I'll explain in a second.
Lord.
It's this guy.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Third in his position. I know it's probably a little bit early. I was thinking, do I wait, 11, 12? When Hunter Henry went, I was like, you know what? I need to take that solid, pick here. I personally think this is my big call of the year. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, with all due respect, they're going to lose 80 targets a year. There's a reason why Rob Gronkowski went wherever the hell Tom Brady went, is to soak up those targets. Tom Brady loves his big body, targets, and Gronk is going to steal 80 targets. He'll probably catch 60, 70 of them, and he'll score 6 or 7 touchdowns. That's my big, bold prediction. He's had a full year to get healthy.
So he's taken 80 targets only from Godwin and Evans, not from the wide receiver 3 spot or Cameron Brate or OJ Howard or even the running back position.
Well, they targeted.
I think OJ Howard will be dealt, before the end of the year. I think, or before the
somebody's going to get lost. Somebody's going to get lost in the.
They have to.
Exactly. It has to happen.
But
not Evans is not Godwin.
So wherever you think he's going to finish,
hold on, break it down for me. How many passes is Tom Brady going to throw next year?
Oh, he was 4th overall last year in pass attempts, right? Is it 4th or 5th? Is someone confirm?
So I'm asking out of curiosity. I want to break it down. I want to see where the targets are going. I want.
It's Godwin, it's Evans, and it's Gronkowski. I just, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be any other.
How many passes is he going to throw?
Bruce Arians is going to.
How many did Brady throw last year? I don't have it in front of me, but he was 4th or 5th overall, right?
I think over 500.
Brady threw 613 last year.
And that was ranked what? How many?
Let's say 550.
Here's
How about that? I agree with what you're saying that on the side that Gronkowski is going to get a ton of targets, but I don't think they're going to come.
He was 4th.
Specifically from those two guys. I think there are other targets that he can steal it from.
But Winston threw 626 last year, so 550 is stripping 76 targets out of that offense. That's
if you expect it to be the same.
Yeah, I just think that Evans and Godwin and then Gronk are going to be obviously.
They were also playing from behind in a lot of those games too.
That's very true.
David, I don't.
They're winning, and Tom Brady's not going to have to throw the ball. And they kind of added maybe more to the defense too.
They were the number one run defense.
Their defense was not bad last year. Jameis just continually fucked them.
David, my only thing though that I was trying to say is
not to say that you're wrong. Hold on, I don't want to say that you're completely wrong.
No,
I just want to say that it's also possible that maybe we're not calculating this properly. Like maybe there are more passes that can be allocated between those three than we think. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
That offense is going to be it's a question mark. It's a big question mark.
Yeah, there's a lot
of
things
that the Patriots have never had
changing there that could change this.
Can we get a diagnosis on Gronk?
But hold on, real quick, David. I just want to say real quick. I just want to say real quick that
how many games?
My only thing is, I think you could have waited on
8?
Gronk because all but one other team has a tight end at this point.
Yeah, you're probably right. I probably could have waited a couple rounds. I just thought because Hunter Henry was my pick, and after Hunter Henry, I want no other tight end.
Yeah, I got
it. It was a bit of a panic pick, but I was like, you know what? I've been sniped 3 or 4 times. I'm like, I don't want to risk it.
I do like that's one thing I do. Yeah, I do is watch other people's teams to see their positional needs to dictate my pick.
His accent
convinced. Is someone letting us know in the chat?
It does though, right, Sven?
Hold on, that Bruce Arians hates tight ends.
And I get
Yeah,
that. And
but
I
you
agree.
got the
But hold on.
conflict
It's
between
not-
Bruce Arians and Tom
Hold on.
Brady.
They
just coming
just
back to
doesn't
head.
hate tight ends.
Bruce
Gronkowski.
can hate tight ends all he wants, but that comfort level between him and Tom is going to be.
Yeah,
there.
he's not the
So-
one out there
Well,
deciding
Bruce
who's throwing
is
the
the
ball
head
to.
coach.
Bruce
Bruce
is
is
not
the
going to
head
be
coach.
stupid. He's not going to be dumb about this. It's
And-
like, come on.
They
There's a chance to
target-
win the Super Bowl.
They targeted the tight end over 100 times last year.
And
though,
people
so-
people love to oversimplify things. They're
That's
like
what I'm
Bruce
saying.
Arians
I
hates
don't-
tight ends.
hold
That's
on.
not a
I
thing.
just-
He doesn't.
I just want to say that I don't think it's a bad pick. I think it's a fantastic pick. I think Rob Gronkowski is going to get a ton of targets, and he's going to probably have somewhere around 800 yards and 8 touchdowns.
I was gonna say
How many games does he play?
Somebody
Simply on
asked me.
comfortability alone.
I think he's going to play every single game, but he's not.
Out of the tight end position, that's not bad, man. 808 touchdowns.
No, that's
Put him on the
phenomenal.
field.
No, it's great.
Hold on,
That's
I
great.
didn't, I didn't mean. I didn't. Hold on. I meant
That's pretty bold.
800 or 8 touchdowns.
off the
I didn't
board.
Nope,
mean both.
nope.
Well, somebody asked me. What if you ask me?
Somebody
my Gronk
asked me.
take. Yes,
Somebody.
My Gronk take. Here's the stat line: 550 yards receiving, 12 touchdowns,
No.
45 receptions. Because he'll just be in the red zone, the third down look. That's how I view him going over
You
there.
just stand there.
I like the touchdowns. That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a lot.
That's
So,
ridiculous.
you see what I'm saying?
But Gronk's
He's gonna
never
catch
had
nine.
nine passes.
I'm going to say 9.
No, but eight.
But you get what I'm
eight-
saying, though,
Ryan,
Sven.
I want to hear what you say. Ryan, what are you saying?
Four-
Gronk's
14
never
catches,
Gronk's
all
never had
touchdowns.
to compete with a guy like Mike Evans before. Gronk's
Or
never
Chris
had to compete
Godwin.
with a guy like Chris
Yeah.
Godwin before. To
You mean
where
because he
the-
has God and win in his name?
Yes.
Yeah,
But
well,
If
that,
you want to
and-
break it down
and
that
other
way, then
things.
sure.
But-
no, let the man talk because he's speaking truth. Let him keep going.
Go on,
That's
Ryan.
what's- to where Godwin, off the top of my head, he's like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". Evans is 6'5" and one of the best fade route guys in the back of the end zone in the NFL right now. Gronk, when he was in New England, his main competition were James White and Julian Edelman. He was the red zone. That's not going to be the case in Tampa Bay. I have him as 600 yards, 6 touchdowns. He comes in as my tight end 13. I am
Yeah,
not touching Gronk. in
I
fantasy.
like that so much because like if
hold
800
on.
yards puts him at above Austin Hooper last
I was
year.
going to say, do you have a potential ceiling though, Ryan, where
Oh.
you could say, you know what, I could see him hitting 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. I could see him hitting 600 yards and 8 touchdowns.
I would go up on touchdowns, not on yards. The one thing, if they had not taken Keyshawn Vaughn, I might raise that ceiling. But I think Keyshawn Vaughn is going to lower that as well because Keyshawn Vaughn's the type of running back that Brady's going to be able to dump off to.
And
as well.
that's why
I'm
we're
thinking
having
600
these
to 700
conversations
yards.
right here because
I
that's
think
a valid point.
James White will
Keyshawn
have more
Vaughn is a
receptions than
huge
Rob
guy.
Gronkowski this year.
Oh, he's
James
calling
White
it.
That's
will
not
have
even a
more
bet. I agree
receptions.
with that 100%.
The
You got Tom
icon.
Brady throwing to a rookie, and then a rookie throwing to an experienced running back.
Yeah.
Owner on the clock. Let's see what we get here.
That was a good conversation, boys.
Right?
Yeah. This is what
My la-
we deliver. This
My,
is
my
so
last
great.
comment, I would say, Keyshawn Vaughn,
Okay.
any team which has a good
I
running
don't even
game,
hear what he says. I just hear the voices.
So it's so sultry, huh?
You just start
It's so
shaking your head.
fucking-
Yes, you just
yes.
have to agree with
You're
it.
like, I
I'm
agree.
like, oh, it sounds amazing. This is amazing.
let me talk.
You're
Let me
going.
talk. The only thing
No,
I
you
would
need
say,
you need to give Sven
Right.
your accent, then you can
Love
really
ya.
be Wolverine.
The dingo.
my
Hugh
Oklahoma
Jackman.
accent, all right? The one thing I was going to say, any team with a good running game. I mean, look at the Cowboys when Zeke is on a roll. Okay, when Zeke has 25 carries, typically Cooper and Gallup have great games as well, right? You have a good running game, you have a good passing game. So I think if anything, that's going to help him, right? You look at dumpster fire teams like the Dolphins. Who was it?
Right.
Patrick Baird, or is that his name in
Patrick
Miami?
Blair.
Layered.
Blair, sorry.
Layered.
But,
I love
The layered club.
Awesome. He's awesome.
He is. I agree with you, Sven.
I think he had one decent game,
I
right?
play a lot of dailies, so I love
But that's a dumpster fire of a team, right? And he had like 1 or 2 okay games. But you see the teams who've got good running games, they have good passing games, they complement each other. So if anything, I'm pumped about Vaughn. That's awesome.
Hey,
Anyway,
Sven.
sorry, that's enough Gronkowski talk.
No, I love it. I love it. Hey, Sven, for the record, I told him, I said, if I ever have an autobiography, he's going to narrate my shit. You know what I mean?
Who? Me?
No,
Sven.
my man, the
Not Sven,
goat.
sorry, Fantasy Go, Dave.
The goat.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, man.
Right? He would
That
narrate
accent
my
is
autograph. Bro, him or Morgan Freeman.
No one would take you seriously, so they'd be like, "Is this fantasy
No,
rugby
no,
or what?"
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Bogart wants them to take him seriously.
No.
That's his whole point.
Why does this black guy on the cover have an Australian accent?
I didn't know Bogart was Australian. This is
You want to hear a crazy stat? And you can all Google this. You know who's a Australian? Who you're not going to believe? Kyrie Irving is an Australian.
No fucking way.
Google it right now.
Oh,
Google it right now. Born in Melbourne, Melbourne, Australia. I will bet $10,000.
Lie about that. I can't. I don't have to Google that.
Got about two and a half minutes.
Patch in Kyrie Irving, Robbie.
I got about
Patch
two and
him
a
in.
half minutes until my clock runs out. So I want to talk about my last
The
couple
clock
picks.
don't stop.
All right, let's
I
do
went
it.
with
Yes.
I went with Tyler Boyd and Jalen before, but I hit up Matt Ryan. Obviously hitting that
Matty Ice.
hitting that Julio stack is dirty, especially
Yeah,
at the
that's
end of,
nasty, bro.
at the end
That's
of the
like
ninth
yellow
round.
ice.
I love
That's like that.
That's
piss
gonna be
ice.
fun. But
Very
in
nice.
my 10th round pick, I feel like I'm doing you guys dirty by grabbing another rookie. But CeeDee Lamb is about to be the number one in Dallas.
Damn it. I was
So,
gonna take him to us to handcuff to Amari Cooper.
I mean, look, here's the thing about CD. I know that the ball has to go around to multiple people, but this is a dude that was handpicked by Jerry to wear number 88.
Right?
That matters. And I know that that's like a silly, stupid little fucking bullshit kind of side little note that you might read and not even consider. But the fact that Jerry wants him to wear 88 and not the number that he wants to wear is a big deal. The last couple dudes that wore 88 were guys like Des Bryant.
How is that
and
number
Michael
not
Irvin
retired?
and Drew Pearson, because that's Jerry's thing. It's like
Yeah, that's Jerry's number. What?
USC
Jimmo.
Hold on. USC, they call
What did I do?
linebacker U. They have number 55.
Oh,
They give that number to all these,
Shit.
fucking dudes that have been there throughout the year, and I don't think the number is retired. And I feel like Jerry has a thing with the number 88 like that. Jerry picked CD to be the guy, man.
I'm just upset Jimbo just took my handcuff.
He's gonna be the number one in Dallas. I love my draft at this point. So
It's a solid.
They were the
Oh,
number one
yeah.
offense last year. The number one offense. Kellen Moore is still on the team. Mike McCarthy, they're going to make this work.
I put out my.
As a
CeeDee
Cowboys
Lamb
fan, I
is-
love it. I love CeeDee Lamb.
Dak is a top 3 dynasty quarterback at this point, right?
They took CeeDee Lamb to screw over Philadelphia.
And to screw over the Eagles. Yes. Yes, I love it. I love
but
that.
it is also extremely talented wide receiver coming to them. I love
Best
it.
available. It was best
Jerry
available.
Jones has had his first natural erection.
Yeah. and he
On
did
his-
it while
on his
on a
FU
yacht. On a
his
yacht.
FU yacht, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, CD
Bobby,
Lamb
did you
plays a
pick a
lot
tight
out of the
end there,
slot,
or
though,
is
too,
he
and you got to
wide receiver?
remember that.
What is he?
He's a wide receiver. Yes, wide receiver designation. I went ahead and I picked Chase Claypool out there in Pittsburgh. Listen, with Juju there is supposedly the quote unquote in my Dr. Evil number one wide receiver. I don't think that he's going to be fucking number one wide receiver at all. So I think that Big Ben or whoever the fuck is going to be back there because
Big Ben will
his old
to
ass
start
age.
the season.
Yeah, Big Ben's going to start, but I mean his old ass age, we don't know what's going to happen.
Shoot, he needs to keep starting because they got.
I think
no
he'll
one
be
behind
fine.
him.
So, guys, I haven't jumped in a while.
I expect Chase
Yeah,
Claypool.
let Paulie
if you
get
would
in
let
real
me,
quick.
It is my pick. There's a running back that's so disrespected right now with handcuffs going off the board. Is there a running back still on the board that's been
Oh, I'm sorry, because I have a headline.
at the position for 3 years in a row? 70 targets, 90 targets, 100 targets. We're drafting bench players right now. Tariq Cohen is a guy you grab and he can fill
Who did he grab?
the
Tariq
flex or
Cohen?
running back
Cohen.
need
Tariq Cohen.
that you had. He's the human joystick, man. I think he's going to get another contract too. I think he's going to get that James White contract. I think that they like that role, and he has his own role, like Kareem Hunt, who I drafted earlier. He's got his own role. He's got the PPR upside. All right, I'll let you guys keep jaw jacking.
Like I said, Chase Claypool, he's going to be able to fucking redirect that double coverage on Juju. So I like Chase Claypool being an option there in Pittsburgh. That's why I went ahead and I took him. I saw N'Keal Harry went off the board, which I am highly interested in hearing about. I think he's going to be the wide receiver 1 in New England. Ryan, take it away with your pick.
I mean, the big thing for me there is just, they have the draft capital. They have the inside receiver. They're going to need the outside receiver. Harry didn't get a chance to prove much last year.
Agree.
But he's not a bad player. He was never a bad player. He was a guy that people coveted in the real draft last year.
Are we sure that he's not a bad player, though?
I mean, no.
He also should have had an extra. He also should have had an extra touchdown added to him. Anyone watch that Chiefs Patriots game?
You came out with conviction, but you're lacking right now in confidence.
I mean, here's the main thing. They took him in the first round. The Patriots don't take wide receivers in the first round. Belichick saw something in him, and Belichick knew this whole thing was going to happen. So the thing about N'Keal Harry is he probably had a ton of time working with Stidham last year, and we see that translate on the field a lot.
That's a good point.
And I think squad and the guy comes in.
Him like they kind of redshirted. I think they kind of redshirted him. He did have some injuries.
Yeah, I like that. I agree, Paulie.
It's a new
But
offense.
He probably
It's
does
an
have a
entirely
nice
new offense.
He should.
No, I don't disagree. I actually was a big fan of N'Keal coming out. I was hoping the Niners would snag him.
I mean, the Niners may have took Ayuk because they wanted Harry.
Exactly. For me,
So
last
I'm
year it
next,
was
right?
AJ Brown and it was Debo.
David's
but
up.
N'Keal was one of the guys. But yeah, you're right. And that's why I asked. I mean,
he's
like
my fifth wide receiver. So, I mean, if he hits, he hits.
Exactly. If he hits, exactly. I like it. I like the
Just quickly,
and that's what I'm saying. You got to let people know, like, look, you got to be willing.
You take those
to take a
high-risk
chance at
players
this
later.
point. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Once you hit double digits, it's lottery tickets for me. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
if
I
there's
want
a
and I
dude
want
out
the
there
lottery
that-
ticket that's hitting in the top 5, not the lottery ticket that is hitting where I drafted him.
Right. I mean, if there's a guy out there that's a no-brainer, it's a no-brainer. You take that guy for you. But like,
Speaking of the
You
lottery,
yep.
Oh, Will
Will
Nice.
Fuller's the guy you
Hit it.
got to be willing
I just
to
hit
take a
it.
risk
I just took the number 1 receiver. I'm going to get about 6 minutes 37 seconds out of him for the season. I reckon.
Did I talk about
that's all you
Tariq
need.
Cohen?
That's all you need from him.
In that 6 minutes, it's going to be bliss. It's going to be bliss.
Will Fuller is that guy who can have a week that will win you that week.
100%.
There's not
I
very
still
many guys
techni-
that say that about.
I technically
Tyreek
think he's
Hill.
still good. He's still the wide receiver one there, and I don't know. I'm crossing my fingers, hoping he's going to be healthy, but we will see. If he does, I'll be stoked with him.
It fits into what Ryan and I were just saying. Like, at this point, he is a guy that is worth taking a risk on because, God forbid, his hamstrings stay one.
Oh my
God, you do have a wide receiver one.
We're not going to though.
Let's get John in here.
Hey, did we talk about this? I don't know if we talked about this, and if we did, then go ahead and call me a dumbass. Did we hear about the new Dallas backup?
Dumbass. What?
What?
No, I didn't.
Andy Dalton is a new.
Oh,
no!
Are you serious?
Cowboys?
You just
Wow.
broke it to all of us. I'm about to tweet that out right now. You didn't
Shit.
break the news yet on Twitter, right? Let me break it.
Wow.
Wait a second. Andy Dalton is going to Dallas. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Why?
That is kind of
crazy.
wild.
Yeah, if I ever thought there's a quarterback to back up Dak, it wouldn't have been Andy Dalton.
Well, that's because Dak's about to come to New England.
1 year deal
Well,
with the
hope-
Cowboys. $3
Hopefully,
million
the New
guaranteed.
England rumors are gone.
He could potentially
I
get
told
$7
you.
million.
Who was it? Or no, I think Bogart said
Wow.
Cam
How
was going
much? How much could
Three-
he potentially get? 7
$3 million guaranteed, and then with incentives, he can get up to $7 million.
What the hell?
I may have to handcuff
That's
him here.
big backup money. That's
That
big
is.
backup money.
Honestly, it's tough to find a good backup in the league, though.
Hey, look,
I know that's
Andy
expensive. but,
Dalton has red hair. Jason Garrett has red hair.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
Holy
the only
Jerry
connection you need.
Jones loves red hair.
Wow.
Classic.
Done.
They're gonna die in Dallas.
It's almost science.
The sun
really.
is going to
almost
kill those
science.
players there.
It's science.
There
Almost
are
happened.
-3 souls in Dallas.
Yeah,
That just
gingers
happened.
are not made for the Dallas Heat.
Ooh, Michael Pittman Jr. off the board with Pete.
I like that.
They
pick.
have
I do
umbrellas,
too.
okay? They have umbrellas.
They can
Hey,
close
you
the
guys
roof.
you guys should look up Michael Pittman's girlfriend on Instagram.
You baddie.
I was in a class with her or with him, and she happened to be like visiting that day.
There you go.
Ooh,
Mm.
she is fierce.
Nice.
Bro, I got
Hit me up.
I
Hit
got
me up in
on the big
hit
screen.
me up in the DM if you want it.
We got to speed up these next 3 picks so I can make my pick and then go take a piss.
All right.
Let's take a pick.
Gentlemen,
No, I got to pick in 3 picks.
I'm out of
You
here.
could have just told us you needed to take a
You're out
break.
here, Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Oh,
you.
Not me.
No,
Not me.
I'm out of here.
Oh,
Oh, Sven.
all right,
Fantasy
Sven.
fam, at the fantasy fam. Thank you. Love you guys.
See you
Pleasure
there,
seeing all of
Sven.
you again. It's like deja vu. Meeting
Yes.
some of you for the first time.
All right.
Owner.
Go Bears.
Cheap. Cowboys. Andy Dalton. This is
Hey.
ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Crazy.
Sven's ecstatic right now
Hey,
about
who's-
this Andy
Who's
Dalton.
leaving? Who's leaving?
Sven.
Sven.
Leonard Bogard. I know he's going to be upset.
See
He's
you,
on
Sven.
mute still. He's on mute still. He's on mute still.
We'll let him know.
Oh, fuck. Hang on. No, let me.
All right. Real deal's taking a long time. I'm going to go urinate and I'll be back if you want to pick.
Hey, well, you know what? Am I back?
Yeah.
So I just want to say, I want to plug rumboyz.com. You know, while Justin's taking a piss, you know what I'm saying? I got my clock management gear. You know what I'm saying? I got my Rumboyz gear. You feel me? Everybody go to rumboyz.com.
Rumboyz with a Z.
Head to rumboyz.com. Check out the merch. Use promo code rumboyz for 10% off or for free shipping. Use promo code clock for 10% off your order.
Also, shout out to Sven, man. Keep saving the world, X-Men. He's fucking
Hey,
right.
Rumboyz is stoner approved.
Yes, there it is.
Oh,
We shall pass. We shall pass.
100% stoner approved. Hey Ryan, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Where you at in Ohio?
Canton, right by the Hall of Fame.
Love it.
How far is that from Bowling Green?
About 3 hours. Bowling Green is about the same height, but straight across the state, other side of the state.
My brother is a professor at Bowling Green.
And I
Okay.
made it back just in time.
There's literally nothing there. I drove past. I was driving through. It was flat land, and then all of a sudden you see a football stadium to the right, and I was like,
There you
"Oh
go.
my god, that's fantastic!"
Now you're in
And it was-
Ohio.
That's I was gonna
It
say
was-
that's pretty much all of
it
Ohio.
It was the college. It was Bowling Green's football stadium.
Hey,
I like that
and-
pick, Justin.
That was
something,
it.
Thank you. Thank
What's up,
you.
Rob?
Like that a lot.
something for the panel here.
But I'm looking to come out into Canton, especially with some of my Niner guys.
There you go.
potentially.
Yeah, because
If you're ever up in Washington, hit me up.
Hey, I'm doing something for the panel here.
Why does he keep talking about Washington?
That's where I live.
He wants you up there, Stoner.
Yeah,
Get
just
your
come
shit
join
together.
me. Why are you fighting this?
Stoner, they have a lot of weed out there. Like you can go.
It's
into the
legal.
store there, Yeah.
But mine is
Favorite
better. Mine
cities.
is better.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But you know what though? You could find the product that comes from where our
No,
we're native,
no.
No, they grow it
Who
up here and
does
then they send it down to you.
No,
and
no,
vice versa,
no,
and vice
no.
versa. You know what? Stick to your guns, Gandalf.
Hold up, really quick.
Smokes the finest weed in all of the Shire.
All right,
Robbie's
let Robbie
trying to
go.
talk. Let
Let Robbie
talk.
go. He's trying to do a show.
Right?
Exactly.
Yo, too many Seahawks fans.
My bad, Rob.
Hey,
I agree.
for everyone that's not Rumboyz staff, the very first NFL professional football team, we all know that football came from the state of Ohio. It was invented in the state of Ohio. Who was the very first professional football team to win a championship?
Coming out of Ohio?
No, just in general.
Oh, in general. Oh, this is a good one.
So
oh,
when
the,
the
Brown,
first
also the Browns?
The Super Bowl?
Is
No,
not
no. A
It's
championship, like a
Washington.
title. A title.
Two of the first
Washington.
teams ever
The
were the
Chicago Cardinals.
I'll say two of the first teams ever were the Canton Bulldogs and the Massillon Tigers. I actually went to Massillon, born and raised there. A huge rivalry, and they were actually professional teams. Jim Thorpe actually played for the Canton Bulldogs for a lot of years before professional
Nailed
leagues
it.
started to form.
Damn! Yo,
Ryan, you know your stuff.
I'm subscribing right now.
You don't have a stash like that and not know stuff.
Bro, his mustache is like a hard drive. It has so much.
Ryan
info.
didn't even know that. The
Bogart
mustache
sounds
answered
a
for
lot
him.
like
I saw it.
Rossi from the league.
Brian's like, I got
Ryan was our number one analyst last year in Fantasy Go. Just for anyone who's curious.
Yeah.
So.
Bro, shout
Ryan-
out.
The number one analyst right now.
He has
Ryan,
the
I'm not gonna lie. When Fantasy Go first hit me up, I went onto their website and I looked them up, and I saw you on there, and then I subscribed to you on or followed you on Twitter.
All right.
That's how I found you.
bro, your mustache along with your knowledge is it suffice. It makes sense.
I appreciate it.
Hey, what do you think, Ryan? What do you think during this during these dark times here during this pandemic?
Gabe,
It would
your
be
pick,
ridiculous. Hold on. It would be ridiculous for your mustache to not start its own Twitter account.
It might have to be a thing. The fantasy mustache. I can take a run at all these fantasy beards out here right now.
I just want to say, just quickly, you guys made me feel bad about Gronk, so I'm doing this. Thanks for that.
You know what's? I just talked to him
Peer
today.
pressure got him.
Did you really?
You said you talked to
I
him?
love
Yeah.
exactly though, dude. Come on.
That's awesome.
For the show or just in general?
I have him doing something for me for the show. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Is he going to do another Alexander Madison intro?
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's the idea. It won't be part of an intro. I'll just put it out on social media, basically.
Yeah, Justin, I had my people call his people. It wasn't working out between us, the scheduling. and shit.
I know it's rough. I know.
I honestly, we didn't really get along.
Why is that?
Well, my wife's right here, but I dated not dated, but I went out with this girl a while ago.
Good Lord.
My wife's right here, but this is why.
This was before I was married. It was a party, whatever. I mean, we weren't. They were
We're serious, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah. Great pick, by the way. Nice. Mike.
I love Jimbo.
Akron Pros was the answer, by the way.
Who was it?
Yeah, Akron Pros.
I was gonna say because they were out of Booktoll, and that's when Thorpe left Canton because that whole league imploded, and then Thorpe went up there. Northeast Ohio football history is.
Hey, hold on. Boston Scott got drafted?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not
really?
shocking to me at all.
No, I don't know about that one. I would have went James White there.
But Ryan.
James White went 3 rounds ago.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think most of us would have went James White there.
I hyped him up enough, huh?
Ryan, because you technically did win the trivia because you fucking mind fucked and blew everyone's mind. DM me your address. You're going to get a free piece of merch off of rumboyz.com. Head to rumboyz.com. Let me know what you want, and I'll get it.
I
to you.
recommend the clock management hoodie.
All right. And just to throw some shit at you guys, Paul Brown, who formed the Browns and the Bengals, before he was at Ohio State.
Incidentally, he was white. He was not brown.
Yes. He was a high school head coach in my hometown of Massillon, Ohio, won like 23 state championships.
Robbie, you're up.
Moved on to Ohio State and then went to the Browns, got fucked over by Art Modell, and then started the Bengals just
Robbie,
to
your
fit
pick.
in the eye of Art Modell. So Paul
Probably one of the top dudes, like historically speaking.
Absolutely.
football-wise.
Fuck, I just did.
I think that's the sad part about reality right now is that these young kids, they have access to all this information, but they don't take advantage of it.
Hey, Fantasy Go.
I was lucky enough to grow up next to NFL films in Mount Laurel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Couldn't hear a word of that.
John Vicente was my, like, every time I heard that voice, that was,
Fantasy Go.
like, that triggered, that was me.
Oh, hold on, Stoner. I think Robbie's trying to tell David something. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Robbie.
I'm sorry. I was just shot that big black dick and let's go.
I'm about to take a hit of big black dick right now. Some BBD.
How about my girthy
put it in the mouth.
white one? Is my girthy white one okay?
Did you know? Did you know that I'm uncircumcised? That's
Do now.
Awkwardly, I think I did.
Nor did I care.
Where's Bogart? Bogart, we're peeling the onion, my friend.
I'm pretty sure all of us just lost
Is that what you call your
10% of our subscribers on Twitter.
It looks like
Oh, weird. My account just got
called a sports
deleted.
kid when he got
Weird.
circumcised.
I got banned from
The,
Twitter.
the worst part about this is that my podcast is completely family friendly, like no cursing, no inappropriate stuff. So
Yeah.
completely off brand here.
I think
Is that
I
why-
get the
is that why you
NCCC
haven't invited me yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, for real.
You know, you could very easily call me Michael, and
No,
I
so you know
could
what?
be.
Mike,
Guys,
you're
there is-
definitely coming on, but at some point, but also I am the worst offender on our podcast. I'm the only person who's ever getting edited out.
There's
that's because
two
of your
teams
face,
that haven't
but-
drafted a quarterback yet, right?
Yep.
I
Hey.
heard that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
really,
a second quarterback. What?
really
Hey.
quick, how many analysts are like
Son of a
off
bitch.
right now? Like, how many analysts
Right.
do this?
I like the trade.
What was that, Robbie?
How many analysts like are off brand? How many analysts like per your brand you don't traditionally do this?
Do what?
Like
I literally always do this.
okay, who drinks on their show? Who smokes on their show? Who does not give any fucks on their show?
I drink. I don't. No swearing.
There's
nothing
that Jemo the
inappropriate, no
Jemo the
smoking.
show, I think is up there. Maybe.
Am I still on mute?
The GMM.
No, you're
network.
back, G.
Yeah.
GM.
I got
Rumboyz,
my
yeah.
man, the Duke of Earl
Rumboyz.
Sandwich Johnson. The Duke of Earl. Sandwich.
Hey, can we just all take a second to appreciate? Have you all seen the league?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Hell
The-
yeah.
What is it?
Bogart is
League.
definitely the Rafi, right? Like,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh, you just inspired the next Rumboyz
I
after
mean,
Bart.
not to
Oh,
be disrespectful.
no,
to
no,
the
I'll take it.
individual,
I love Ralphie.
But if you were to close your eyes and just listen to him speak,
What are we
you'd
looking
be
at,
like,
Paulie?
Holy shit, that's Rafi from the league.
Nice. Bro, you pulled that up real fast. I love it. You know what?
I don't know if you guys
100% respect.
hear the feed anymore.
Bro, one of my
Another team took a second quarterback, by the way.
They can have Tua.
the Duke of Earl Sandwich.
Was Stoner talking about my big toe?
Bro, hey, Gandalf.
He's muted. All right.
I can't fucking hear you guys.
All right, can you hear us now?
We just got a nice close up of your ear, though.
Only if I
should-
put it like right into my ear.
Wax a little bit more, bro.
What?
It's weird because I heard it earlier.
I feel like this is like a Zoom doctor appointment. We're like checking out. We're like checking out.
Yeah, I
Paulie's
think you
ear.
got an
Yeah,
ear
I think you look-
infection,
I
yeah.
think you look. Yeah.
Let's take a
That's it,
shot.
Let's
You get a bottle.
Who just said that?
Paulie's the.
I mean, I need a haircut bad.
I'm going to take a few minutes to make my picks. You guys discuss
Paulie, we can hear
whatever you
you.
want to amongst yourselves.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I'm like, we can hear you, and then he replied.
Well, because I know you're talking about it.
Let's take a shot.
Tommy
Justin.
jumped off the chat, right?
Nick Foles is still on the board.
Big Dick Nick,
Hey,
just a swinging.
everyone out there that's viewing us, like, and watching this, like, could you believe that these are the people that inspired me? Like, a lot of these people are like the people that inspired me and people that I've met along the way. Like, look at my friends. Like, these are my friends.
Hey, I like to believe
happy
I'm
to
a
be here.
reflection. I like to believe
Pleasure.
we're a reflection of who we surround ourselves with.
100%.
Really surround ourselves
Sure,
with
yes.
like-minded individuals, and look at what the universe done did. Ain't that right, Robbie?
I'm concerned with the number of
Hey,
second
Robbie,
tight
you want
ends
to
and
let me make
quarterbacks
this
going off
pick
the
and pause
board.
it?
What's up? Hey, let's pause it.
You want to let me make this pick first and then pause it?
Yep,
Yeah.
got it. Pausing it. Go.
There you go.
Oh.
Niner.
Ooh, are you?
Oh,
All right. So my
are
last
you
couple
again?
picks. My last couple picks, I took Dallas because I have Zach, and it just seems silly to not make sure I have
Yeah,
the
for
Eagles
real.
tight end. Because if one of them gets hurt, the other one is easily a top 5 tight end.
Grubbing.
And even if they both are healthy,
I mean,
they
that
may
sucks that you
both
have to
still
handcuff
be-
a tight end, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But well, I'm a strong believer in handcuffing. Like if you have a top 3, your top 3 rounds, if there's a guy that's notable where the next guy up could fit right in, I would handcuff. Like I'm an advocate of that.
I was honestly
agree with
talking shit.
I was
I'm
gonna say
not
you don't
saying-
have to. You don't
and I
have to
agree with
handcuff.
You don't have to, but
No,
for
and I agree with what you're saying, but
Yeah.
you also have to look at your ranks. Like Dallas Goedert is legit a top.
Yeah.
He's like a
No,
tight end one.
exactly.
he's not a scrub by any means.
I think
No.
he's better than
Yeah.
Ertz. I think he's going to have a
Jim-
better year than Ertz.
Yeah, and Jim, I think you're right where like you don't want to handcuff a tight end in general, but this is a case where I'm okay with it.
Yeah, because you're gonna. It's not
Well,
like
because you know Ertz is going to get hurt. That's why.
Yeah, no, not just that. I think Ertz is an elite level tight end, but if he gets hurt, Goddard
jumps up
is
into top
also an
5.
elite level
Easily.
tight end. So
Yeah.
And even if they're not, they're still both top
and
12 tight
yeah.
ends.
And let's be real.
If they both stay healthy, then
In
fantastic.
the Andy Reid's family tree, right? In Andy Reid's coaching family tree, in this case, Doug Peterson, in those systems, 20% of the target market share goes to the tight end position. So if you could soak that up with one Zach Ertz and then back it up with Dallas Goedert. Ooh, and he has God in his name. Boom.
Oh, God, I don't like it as much when you use facts as you just throw random shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know
It's
that's
way funnier.
Bogart uses facts to catch us off guard.
And I'm a Niner fan, so as far as Brandon Ayuk goes, I think that Shanahan views him as his Tyreek Hill, and I hate to use that type of comparison, but I think Ayuk's the kind of guy that Shanahan's going to use to.
You mean Ayuk?
There you
He's
go.
going to be the guy that blows the fucking roof off the fucking defense.
Also, in
However
Street
you
Fighter,
wanna
did you know it
verbalize it.
originally started as them saying Ryu Kin?
Yes.
Because they're the two that did that move.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, fun
And
fact.
Just
Huh.
throwing
Ken-
that
That
out
is a
there.
fun fact.
Hey, fun fact too. Ken means punch, where it was like they couldn't figure out a name. Well, what do they do? They punch. All right, Ken. You know what I mean?
And let's be real. Worst case scenario, he's a solid fucking fifth receiver.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
We're getting to that point in the draft where you just look for upside. You're just swinging for
100%.
lottery tickets.
No, we're all we're all sweating like bullets because like we all literally lived on. Aside from LQ, honestly, who was the first one to set off the QB early train. Honestly,
Who did he grab?
this is the most intense draft I've ever been in because like everyone's scheming.
Hold on.
Oh yeah,
And,
nice pick.
and this year
Big
for
Truz.
me, like I am really like this rookie draft for me is way different than it's been
Yeah,
in quite
it's-
some time.
Okay, can we ask
It
a
is-
real question? How
It is-
worried?
hold
are
on,
we-
hold on.
I'm sorry, Dan.
It is extremely deep overall, especially at the wide receiver position. This is like completely like refilled the wide receiver fucking pond, if you will.
Zach
And
Moscos.
there are still
Nice.
Ah, fucking took
seven-
my Zach Moss.
and there are 7 to 10 running backs that you're gonna fucking throw into the pool here that are solid, and a slew of quarterback. Like this draft is super deep,
Yeah.
especially if guys like Lynn Bowden and Antonio Gibson, like guys
Gibson
like that actually
even.
hit. Like if
Hey,
they hit,
Gibson's on the Bears, right?
God forbid, like this draft
Hey,
is way
Gibson's on the
deeper than
Bears.
Redskins.
Oh, Oh, Redskins. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I am a lot more excited about the rookies in this draft than I've been.
Okay, can I ask a real question about rookies in general? Should we be worried about the rapport that they would need to build as far as like OTAs, training camp, like is due to Corona climate confinement?
Today, no, but in 2 months from now, maybe.
I've been thinking a lot about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmo, do I have you
Hold on. The offenses today are very fucking extreme and convoluted, right? But
yes,
our coaches are also very intelligent to understand that, look, if the time is limited for us to teach this, then we need to scale it down a little bit.
So you think they're doing
prioritize it?
You think they're doing Zoom meetings, like running drills, like
and,
you know,
and
like how
that's
people
the
are learning?
question is, what are they doing right now?
Yeah,
to
conditioning,
implement all this
studying
stuff?
the
And what are they
playbooks.
doing to change things?
Yeah, you
to
could
make
focus
it
on
simpler
conditioning.
to digest.
You could focus on conditioning while they're by themselves, and then focus on the team building in that aspect when they actually can get together.
I even worry about Tom Brady even.
What?
You know,
No,
Tom Brady's who got took?
Drew Brees. I've been waiting on this.
You were letting him fall, huh? You were playing that game.
I'm
You were
like,
playing that game.
only me and one other team needed a quarterback. I'm like,
You
as
were
long
playing that
as-
game.
as
Demo ate
long-
some tiramisu and right
He
at
was
the
the
bottom
number
it
3
said, "Draft
quarterback
Drew
once he
Brees."
came back from his injury.
Yeah.
So clock management. Myself, Ryan, we were on a live draft actually with Marcus Grant and Brad Evans a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And you managed
Love
to
those.
steal.
Love those
you
name
s-
drops. Great names.
Oh, big time name drop.
Yes,
Big time.
love
Check
it.
it out, guys.
Not even
Go
like
YouTube it. It's on Sven's YouTube channel. Nonetheless,
Yeah.
you
Shout to
stole
Sven.
him. You stole him in the last round, in the 15th round.
Yeah, that
How
was
the
my goal
hell?
here. That
how
was
the
my
hell
goal
did
here.
Drew Brees fall
And
to
you
the
tried to let him fall like Tom Petty, like free
Yeah.
Remember though, like
free falling.
people, like
You know what they say though.
And who's the
Bogart,
number
the
one
waiting is
receiver
the
going in the
hardest part.
draft?
Oh,
Was
you
that
mean
Stoner?
the guy I took in the first round, Michael
who-
Thomas?
Yeah, exactly. He's the number 1 wide receiver going in the draft, and yet people are not drafting Drew Brees. So you think Michael Thomas is going to be the best wide receiver in the NFL, yet his quarterback will not be a top 12 quarterback?
They have a
That's
hell of a kicker.
ridiculous.
They have a hell of a
Insane.
kicker and defense. It's possible.
That
And
deserves
I'm
a shot
so
at BBD.
upset you chose him. Like, you just hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
So he all right. So full disclosure, because
sorry.
this is a mock draft. Justin, right? This is a mock draft. So for all the viewers, all the Rumboyz and girls,
Hold on.
I think we make it a real draft.
Oh, let Robbie
This
talk.
could be a real draft. We are not
Listen.
at the end of this mug.
I fucked up that last pick then.
Jimmo.
Who the fuck's this Sam Sims guy? I wanted Steve Sims.
I was gonna say I wondered if it was the same person. I didn't know.
I
Can we
just
get
Googled it.
Can we get a
I thought
ruling?
you were trying to get Mims.
Let him fix them up. I got Mims.
No,
I got Mims.
I want Steve Sims Jr.
I know that that's who he wanted. I know that he wanted.
Yeah, go ahead and
Yeah,
fix that.
can we fix
Okay.
that from you know what I'm saying? My man, the icon.
Who the fuck?
I was like, wow, dude, that was a real deep dive. That's a deep. I'm
I'm
like,
like,
Oh no!
if it's a name I barely recognize, I'm like, geez, this guy's.
Holy shit! This is where
you
they
might
found
know
the
some shit, huh?
Titanic.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Cam
Well,
Sims. Who's got the
I
inside
picked-
track on Cam Sims?
I picked Eddie Royal when Eddie Royal had that bad at his first year in Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Picked
good
him in
job.
like
You
That
mean the
is
Chargers?
fucking-
Was it the Chargers year?
Denver.
Oh, the Denver year. Oh wow.
Eddie Royal had a decent year in 2014.
Yeah,
when,
with the Chargers.
When Keenan Allen had the lacerated kidney.
Kidney.
But-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Eddie Royal stepped up as the number one. I know Michael Floyd was there as well, I believe. But he was more the
he
deep
was with
threat.
Michael Floyd was with the Cards.
Thanks, Robbie.
Well, who's the Floyd who was with the Chargers?
It was
Eddie
Was it?
Royal was on the Bears though.
I'm not a dick commissioner.
Before the
In the
Bears, he was on the
Broncos?
Chargers.
I'm actually a good.
That was 2014.
He was on. He started his career with
Malcolm
Denver.
Floyd.
Malcolm.
Oh man, you
Floyd.
guys
There
need an
go.
Australian to tell you about your
There you
NFL
go.
history.
Malcolm
Jeez.
Floyd. No, Malcolm Floyd.
Malcolm Floyd.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
my
I was
bad.
correct. Michael
My
Floyd
bad, my
was
bad.
with the Cards.
We're talking about Eddie Royal.
I was I knew Eddie.
I know,
Royal
right?
was
What are we
one
doing
of the
here?
teams. I was trying to figure out the fucking process and order of which he was there.
But still, though,
'Cause he
even
did
Sims.
play in Denver, no?
Yeah.
I mean, he had some solid years in Denver.
Yeah, he did.
That was
that was the McDaniels year.
pick.
Was that the
Fantasy
McDaniels
Five. I'm
year
so
still?
upset.
I've
Josh
destroyed your draft.
Yeah, you have. You have.
He's an
Justin, we're gonna
interesting
trade soon.
prospect too, because Bogart. If you look back at Eddie Royal's stats in college, they weren't
Looking
very
at the
good.
quarterbacks right now, and
No.
I'm like,
He was very
were not-
coachable.
I
Yeah,
guess I'll
that's-
choose a different
They were
one in the
not very
15th
good,
round.
but then he had 1,000 yards as a rookie.
Oh yeah.
So he's very comparable to Terry McLaurin.
Oh,
If
you
you
mean
look
the Scottish lad?
Yeah, if you look at
The
if you
laddie.
look at your
He's not
look at
even
your
Scottish at all, but McLaurin, you know what I'm saying?
look at your Scottish lad stats in college.
The
and
laddie.
you'll be like, how did
Yeah.
this dude even do anything?
I love the laddie, bro.
in the NFL.
I love him, dude.
Just-
Hey, Robbie,
just-
agree with me.
Just quietly on my pick, Perriman. I think by the end of the year we're going to see him as the number one wide receiver in New York. That's not saying much, you know.
I was going to say, which should put him at the number 28 wide receiver overall.
Maybe 32, maybe 32. But hey, Perriman,
32
Perriman
would have been the right answer.
when Evans went down, Perriman stepped up. I mean, I don't know about you
Maybe
guys.
later.
There was a few weeks last year where he was solid. He was getting 100 yards and a TD, right?
But he was getting 100 yards in an offense that had a Swiss cheese for his defense. Like, come on.
Because the Jets
Not
have a good
Sam
defense.
Darnold and Adam Gase and the Jets. Like, I get
We'll
it,
see.
and I really hope you're right because I like him. I think
I
he's a
actually, I set
great,
out to write it.
talent, but
I set out to write an article a few weeks ago where I was just going to rip Perriman all together. And then I realized he wasn't being drafted at all. Robbie Anderson was like the wide receiver 31 in this offense, and Perriman should fill that.
My man, the
exact
green
role.
bean. Robbie Anderson, the green bean. That's what I used
Yeah.
to call him. The string bean, even. You know what I mean? Because he
And
was
now
skinny and he wore green.
Late.
I know. Now he's in Carolina.
Yeah.
he's
I
gonna
know.
play it in Carolina too.
Well-
Yeah, he is on my team here, by the
know.
way. Just
How
throwing that
about-
out there.
Okay, you know what? I took Mims.
And Ryan, I'll give him to you for nothing practically for a 12th
Just
round
hand him
pick.
to him.
For like
For a
Drew
12th,
Brees.
yeah, for a 12th round Drew Brees. That's
Okay,
I mean,
Full-
I'm
full
hooking you up.
disclosure. Full disclosure, Justin. What quarterback are you zeroing in on?
I'll figure that out in 2 rounds. Right now, I don't care.
He's looking at Drew Lock.
Yeah, hold up. My sleeper app is fucking up, so I'm trying to make my pick real quick. But yeah, keep going. Sorry to mess up the flow.
On the board.
He's right
Ah!
though. There's seven quarterbacks right now, and
I had to
Yeah,
take my man.
and I don't care about any of those quarterbacks. Like none
Right.
of them are a
Yeah.
quarterback where I'm
Yeah.
like, that's the
But
one.
also understand that the running back that you're drafting or the wide receiver that you're drafting is your wide receiver 5, 6, 7.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
rather
also
than
realize that
rather than your number one quarterback.
Oh, I agree with you. But what quarterbacks are going to go off the board between now and when I pick that quarterback?
I'm
Thunder.
taking all quarterbacks
Taking another
right
one.
now.
Gonna
Just
say,
take 'em
you
all.
just set yourself up to
No.
get destroyed.
No, please
I
do.
literally
I
have
want you
no
to so I
choice.
could get these
I have
other
no
running backs
choice.
and wide receivers.
Are we
I
gonna
have
do a
no
super
choice
flex?
but to draft all quarterbacks.
When we do this thing for real,
I want
are
you
we
to.
doing
No.
super flex?
No, we would have
No.
had we'd had to
No.
announce that at the beginning or that.
Yeah, right. Okay, yes,
No,
okay.
it's gonna be for you.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh, and we are
glad.
drafting kickers and defenses. So
Yeah, you're
I
right.
might choose a
No.
quarterback on my
No, see,
on my
you're
next pick
you
now.
might be drafting.
I was
them.
gonna say,
I'm not
sleeper doesn't
drafting
force you.
Yeah,
kicker.
Yeah, I know,
I
but I'm just
never
saying we
draft a
have that
kicker
on
or a
our
defense.
team. I do draft defenses occasionally.
You're fucking up.
You guys want
Sounds like you're
You guys wanna-
backtracking, is what it
You
is.
guys
No,
want-
I usually don't, but I will. Like if it's like the 15th round,
I
and
usually
like
don't
my
backtrack either.
my number one defense is
Why
still
I'm
on the
divorced.
board, then
Stoner laying it on.
Yay! He said, "You shall not pass."
I like that Armstead pick actually.
It's a good one.
That's a sexy pick.
Yo,
right
I was
I'm
hoping
just
that was
about
coming
to-
back to me.
there. Yeah,
I'll
that is a
just-
sexy pick.
He's got himself muted so no one's listening, but it's
Well,
cute.
I'm muting everyone now. Hey, Mike.
No clock management.
I'm
has
sorry.
himself muted.
No,
I
I'm
had-
I'm
That
muting.
was me.
I like
Hey.
that Armstead pick.
Hey,
That's-
really
that's
quick,
sexy.
really quick. Someone in the chat said if Santa Claus ever became a sports analyst, it would
It would
be
be the stoner. I'm on mute.
You muted the wrong guy, Robbie.
Did I? No, I muted Clock. I did that.
No,
Yeah.
he's there. Clock's
Oh,
still
I'm
there.
back. I'm back.
It's
Who
me.
said that?
He muted me. I never muted myself.
Yeah, I muted him. He wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
I
Nobody.
know, I don't stop.
He's like Skip Bayless. Nobody wants to hear him anyway.
And Skip Bayless is a Sagittarius.
All right, that's too far. That's too far, Stoner. You're uninvited to the show.
Luckily, Robbie's the one that always invites me.
I know. I said I was going to bring you on our
Also-
show, though. We're supposed to be 49er
Robbie-
fans here together.
Robbie, who was talking about me in the chat?
Slap yourself. He's one of our biggest followers. We love Slap Yourself
Shout
Entertainment.
out to Slap.
What'd they say?
He said if Santa Claus ever became a sports analyst, it would be Michael Edge.
Yes.
And you're bringing gifts. You've been dropping knowledge.
Yes, he is.
Or if Santa Claus ever started smoking weed.
Bro, do
He
you guys
eats a lot of cookies. Who says he doesn't?
That's a good point. That's
Yeah.
a
a lot
good
of
point.
cookies in one night.
when he's in California, he's eating edibles for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
He don't even know it.
I literally had 2 for breakfast.
Yeah, he started.
Yeah.
Breakfast with champs.
Santa Claus started out just delivering presents, got to
you can ask
California,
Robbie,
had
he texted-
edibles, and became fantasy stoner.
He texted me this morning, and I was like, "Oh, I had 2 cookies for breakfast."
Yeah, he's like, I'm like, bro, dude, or do you mean the brownie from last night? And like, I didn't even get a text back. I was like, oh, he's balls deep.
No, 2 cookies. Yeah, I'm good, man. It's all day. It's
Who's up here? Clock?
Are you,
Yeah,
are you
sorry, I
guys
just
aware?
looked back to the board and saw him.
Well, I'm probably gonna go grab me a Buddha bar tomorrow. Like. So anyone that hasn't had a Buddha bar, it tastes just like a fucking Reese's peanut butter. Come up, big
Dangerous.
so dangerous.
Just
Like I'm probably gonna pick a Buddha bar and just like sit on that bitch for like 48 hours.
I ate a 300 milligram joint the other day, and I was texting LQ, and I was like, I think I'm fucked up. I was in a mock draft with him, and I was like, I was auto drafting. I wasn't even aware. I was like,
they get you, man.
I was like, bro, you know what? Are you guys aware of the origin story of Santa Claus? That he was a motherfucker in Siberia. So it goes back to Siberia and the Amanita muscaria mushroom. This motherfucker would collect them and then dry them. They would grow underneath the pine trees, and he would set them up.
It's a
He
whole
would
new
pick.
podcast.
He would pick them, set them up on the pine trees, so it looks like decorating trees, right? They would dry out, and then in Siberia, all the huts were buried in snow. He would go around dropping these mushrooms, said mushrooms, in the goddamn chimneys, and then everyone would eat the mushrooms, and they would gather in the town square, and then this shaman, Santa Claus, essentially, right? He was so off them. He's eating all of them. Then he's peeing in a trough. And
What
then
in the goddamn is in this kid's barbecue stuff?
Hold on, time out.
Bro,
Justin,
Yes.
I think you're in violation here because you still have a kicker and a defense.
Gemma, I think
Wait, did
Gemma,
it-
I think you're in violation because your eyes are closed.
Jim, yeah,
I'm
wait,
looking,
are you,
though.
he's can do whatever.
there
He's
may have
like
been some
Gandalf.
misdirection going on.
Listen, you don't have a quarterback yet, and we have 2 more picks, and you need a kicker, you need a defense.
I want to say I
We're
need.
doing dono shots. Can I
I would
get
not
Let's
say-
go. Don't
Oh,
know.
God, I'm sorry, buddy, to have
Dono
interrupted you.
shots. Can I get a
No, all good.
Yes.
I'm saying no. So essentially,
I just
Santa
saw
Claus,
Gemma falling asleep. I had to call him out.
So Santa Claus would pee in this trough, and the whole village would gather, and they would drink the pee
Nigga.
because the kidneys would break down the emo acids or whatever. I'm saying.
I feel like we missed a part.
Yes, and then they would trip balls and talk to God. You know what I mean? As a
I feel like
community.
we're all tripping balls right now.
Yes.
I feel like he's talking about Native
It's
American
not a
tribes.
podcast. It's not a podcast if Bogart somehow or some way does not bring up psychedelic.
Well, listen, psychedelics give me money.
Robbie, you leave cousin Rafi alone.
Yes.
What do we got there? Some spaghetti? What is that?
Hold on, we got
I tell you what, we got some dono hype.
Don't know.
I just spilled on my keyboard.
Hold on, hey, we all Bogart. They don't know it, but you and me, let's do it. Nah,
don't know how.
I was there for this. A bumble away.
Don't know hype. Give me money.
Yo, shout out to Slap Yourself dropping the $5 dono hype. What that means on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, all the panelists, all the listeners that are new, whenever someone drops dono in the chat, giving to the good cause of the channel, we go ahead, we pour up, we take a shot, we take a hit, we do whatever the fuck we got to do.
I'm excited for Fantasy Stoner here to take 2 quarterbacks in his next 2 picks, so he don't have to backtrack.
He's gonna smoke 2 quarters. He's in one hit. Like he's like literally the finest weed in all of the Shire. Like he's...
With that being said,
hold on, time out. What do you mean? I don't have to backtrack.
Because you said from now here on out you're taking quarterbacks,
and then you also said I never backtrack.
Cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do, Dilly?
I purposely did not take a quarterback for this reason, Stoner.
But Justin, you're still in violation.
Probably snacking on.
Don't worry, I'll pick up a kicker sometime in the next 4 months.
Hey, Paulie, where do you reside?
I wish you would have said this 2 rounds ago.
Indianapolis.
Okay, dude. So are you on the
I love
side
you,
of
Stoner?
Are you on the side of things that like Rodgers could be a target after this next year?
My wide receiver.
Which Rodgers?
Like Aaron Rodgers.
Holly, I love that pick. By the way,
that would be interesting if
Hey, why does Ryan look
another
like
1-year plan? They can really make the most of our window. I mean, with Nelson and Leonard and the weapons,
yeah,
we got a little window here. You roll with Rivers for a year or 2. You roll with Rodgers for a year or 2. That's interesting. I mean, that's rare. You don't see a franchise picking up 2 aging guys back to back to try and get their title. But I don't hate it. Rodgers is a weird cat, man. He's with his family. Not to call a man out about his family, but I mean it's fact. It's been written about. His siblings have talked about it. He's like estranged. I don't know, man. I like Rivers as a locker room guy more now than I did, 2 months ago when he wasn't a Cole.
I love that.
Bro, if Rivers can raise 37 kids, he can raise a locker room.
Hold on,
You're right.
Robbie,
he has a football team in his house.
In his house, he has other kids.
Stop it. Wait, me and Paulie gotta have a talk.
Okay.
So Paulie, after years and years of R. Rivers tweets, are you debunking R. Rivers tweets about the new alarm at week 10?
But that's my quarterback now.
You're my friend.
Rivers, like halfway through the season, his arm starts going, and halfway through the game, second half of games, he can't get it downfield very good.
Do they even have internet where Paulie is?
He's in Indy.
Jump ball specialist. So, but now that he's my quarterback, I'm not going to be talking shit about
Indian.
Paulie, now that you said this and you said this on our show on air, you know that I'm gonna be tracking every Phillip Rivers tweet now.
I love that Phillip Rivers cusses without saying.
What's he tweet about Pampers?
Phillip Rivers is a Christian.
Every Phillip Rivers tweet.
Bro, I love how he gets in fights with defenders all
No,
the
that's
time.
what I'm saying. He'd be like, forfeit Nugan. He doesn't even say real bad words. He'd be like,
but he still pisses off people enough to go after him.
I love him.
Hey, really quick, the people asked John to talk more.
Me?
Yeah, they asked John to
mute us all.
I have to say real quick though, like when I went to high school, we played against a Christian school
I don't see any
or a Catholic
messages
school,
asking that guy to talk more.
and that was the worst team I ever played against. Like, they would beat the crap out of us and help us up. Like after the play, they'd help you up and be like, "Good effort, good effort."
Like Andrew Luck would do, though. Remember
Bogart,
Andrew-
you're on the clock.
Oh yeah, no, my lady has. I went
okay.
upstairs 5 minutes ago. I put the queue in order of when, and where. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Bogart, shut
I
the
have
fuck up
I have
and
a
let
defense
John
coming
talk.
up. You're
John,
right.
John, why don't you
mute me.
talk?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about. I mean, I can talk about how I took the real Pittsburgh wide receiver one over Chase
Boom, bingo.
Claypool.
There you go. That's your
I mean, I took
topic.
Deontay
Ready, go.
Johnson. I don't know what everyone's talking about. I don't know what you were talking about, Robbie, with this Chase Claypool nonsense. I took
Who's Deontay Johnson? Who is he?
It's
He-
crazy that Claypool went first. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Shut up and let John talk about him.
Yeah, the fans want to hear
So,
John. The
He
fans
is
are paying to
he
hear
is the current wide receiver 2 over in Pittsburgh right now. But if his rookie year last year, he's in his second
Two
year. here.
quarterbacks.
He had garbage quarterbacks and still made them look halfway decent. So you give him a good quarterback, he's going to make them look great. I think that he still has enough in that's big bad.
Ducky? Are you talking about Ducky? A guy named Ducky?
Yes, that was the worst quarterback play I've ever seen in the NFL in years, a decade. Was
Mitchell
watching those two play
Trubisky,
quarterback. It was
actually.
horrible.
Mitch.
I know.
Mitch, Mitch is up there too. Mitch is
Who was
another
the
one.
guy
who just
after
looked
Duck?
like trash.
The guy who was the guy who got hit with his own helmet?
Mason
Oh,
Rudolph.
Mason
Rudolph. Mason Rudolph.
John started talking. We got a $2 donation.
Oh, whoa. What happens if I take my shirt off? You get a $5 donation?
At least a 3. At least a 3.
At least. I mean, it is
He
hot
did
in this
it. He
closet.
did it.
It is hot in this
Whoa, bro,
closet.
I thought you said no defenses and
Oh
no
my
kickers.
God. I can't believe it.
Did he do quarterback? Yes, as he should. As he should. As he should. Robbie.
I can't believe you did it.
No.
He's got a tank top on under the collared shirt.
Love it, dude.
I love
it,
bro. I have a tremendous respect for you.
I just tried to pour a shot with the fucking.
I mean, I did before this, but now even more so.
What did you expect me to do?
I don't He doesn't
I-
backtrack.
yeah,
What do you
don't
want from him? He doesn't
backtrack.
backtrack.
I cannot take that from you. I cannot. I wish I could, but I cannot.
Bogart, take a quarterback here.
I love my Twitter family.
Yes, I know. Now I just want to go on like a quarterback run late.
Yeah.
Just
Just
for no
do
reason.
it.
Just for no reason.
I'm the only one who doesn't have a quarterback, and I'm like, do it.
Yeah,
I
go
will trade.
for it.
I will trade Dallas Goddard for this spot right here.
Wait. Hey, just remember that this could potentially become real.
Oh,
No, I'm serious. I
Stoner,
don't give a
you
shit.
can't. Stoner, you can't because GMM's got his wife with the list drafting.
yeah.
She's not making that trade.
She
Yeah.
can't trade.
She's like, I'm going.
And she
no,
took a
don't do that."
quarterback.
Danny Dimes.
Yes. This is getting great.
The best part about this is the quarterback I'm planning to take has not came off the board yet.
Should I take?
Now it's a game of what quarterback are you thinking of?
I am not
Yeah.
giving any insight
No,
on that at
This
this
man
point.
this man just said, this doesn't feel right. I'm watching y'all butt ass naked while I'm on the toilet. I need to kill myself.
No,
Lord.
no.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
My,
like
my,
that's the
my.
first time he hasn't watched us naked while he's on the toilet.
Fuck no.
Take a quarterback.
I
Uh-oh.
gotta say though, he's got to get more dono then.
Robbie, Kirk Cousins.
I know. I know who I got.
Y'all know damn well that I hate Kirk Cousins. Come on.
As a Redskins
We
fan,
call him
you
the
should
Dragon
love
on our
Kirk
show.
Cousins.
There's no logical reason why we call him the
you got
Dragon,
Houston,
except
I
one
got
of
my
our friends was
Redskins.
really high.
You know
and
what?
called him Kirk the
Take
Dragon.
Stafford then.
You know what? No, I'm a reach. I'm a reach. I know what I want.
You know what you want, Robbie.
Don't I always? I had to move you guys' faces so I could see my next rookie pick. Who's an undrafted free agent?
Surprised he went undrafted. Thought he'd get picked by someone, eh?
Yeah, I really
you
am.
take a quarterback,
That's
you
true.
dummy.
Name recognition. Yeah. Name recognition alone, I figured he would have been drafted.
Stoner hates me.
Oh.
I have to have my
No,
Redskins.
you can't take a quarterback here because you
I-
already.
I'm
took
not
my
mad.
quarterback.
I'm just disappointed.
Oh, damn it. I actually was going to take him too. Joe Burrow. I like legitimately want to take
That's
him.
not who I wanted, but I'm upset that you took a quarterback after already taking my quarterback.
Oh, if Stoner says I do.
You oblige.
Smart.
You just didn't think it was going to happen. I thought that.
I can't
thought
believe
I'd
this
have
many
6
quarterbacks
Warriors.
have gone off the board in the last round and a half.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's so much fun. Come on. Super heated.
Paulie, that's a great pick. I wanted to take him so bad, but this gimmick.
Justin Tucker. That should be the number one
Hey, hold
quarterback.
on.
Hey,
number one
we
kicker
have
on
Paulie,
FanDuel.
don't we?
Paulie
No, wait.
Paulie is on a Lavishka
No, not
trip right
LaVishka.
now.
Fuck, not
So
LaVishka.
I would be super stoked to hear Paulie's take on Lavishka.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I do too.
Am I on?
Yeah.
You're on. I love the kid, man. I mean, he can lower the hammer down. He can play up the middle from the Wildcat, move around the offense, take the short ball, take it deep. He's got a really nice, long, fluid stride. I love the kid's stride, man. Like, it's one thing. Okay, I hate when I say a player's name. I hate I say another player's name, and they go, "You just compared him to." Just wait. Just the only part of Julio I will compare him to is his stride. I really like, especially when he gets the ball in space. And I mean, this pick isn't. I like to take gambles on rookies late. I mean, y'all have taken a lot early. I'm not going to throw shade on him, but I'll take a risk late. And with all the guys off the board, I mean, I'd rather have him than Sammy Watkins. I mean,
No, look, at the end of the day, I was a big Lavishka fan, and then he got hurt the last couple of years a lot.
Yeah, that's right.
And his quarterback play, was not spectacular. But talent-wise, I think he's awesome. I think he has the potential to hit like a Debo like level. It really is what Paulie said, though. Can he stay on the field? I mean,
So I want to say this with Lavishka. Paulie, I want to thank you for picking
and
Lavishka.
hey, hold on, Robbie. Sorry to interrupt. Clock management. Fuck you for being a punk and taking a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, this is the quarterback I was trying to get, and I started to panic after everyone was taking quarterbacks.
I was so mad that nobody took him. I was like, why?
Yeah,
Is
someone mentioned him earlier, and I'm like, oh no,
he has
please
all
don't.
of the weapons. Why is no one taking him?
Hey,
Yeah, that's actually a great late round QB.
Yeah, I mean, not as great as Drew Brees, who I wanted, but
hold on, time out. But as we joke about this right now, hold on, stop. As we joke,
Mine takes 2 seconds. I gotta
hey
say,
Robbie, can you stop talking, Robbie? And just
I got
pause
Drew
the
Lock as
draft?
my QB 9.
No,
I got Drew
no,
Brees
hang
as
on.
my QB 5.
All right, here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. All right, I want to
You
shout
just
out.
muted me, bro. Don't mute me.
No, he didn't. We can
I have
still
a
hear.
valid point to make right here.
I have a valid point to make too, and it takes 2 seconds.
I want clock management.
No, Robbie, go, man.
Wait until the 15th
Shout out the
round.
Drew Lock pick, Colorado. You can no longer kill me because I've been getting all the Snapchats from y'all about me not picking any Colorado dudes. So there you go. They took care of it for you. Done.
Hey, Stoner, hit your point again because you froze in the middle of it.
What I was trying to say is, I mean, we're in the 14th round right now, the one quarterback draft, which is technically considered a redraft mock. But I think you should touch on your strategy here of not grabbing a quarterback until fucking God knows the end of the draft. I mean,
Yeah, which I stand by until
100%.
until everyone started trying to target me by drafting a second quarterback or third quarterback in some cases.
no, yeah, I know.
Justin, I agree with you. I think there's only really 5 or 6 quarterbacks that you want to draft in the mid-ish rounds. Other than that, you can wait till the end.
Yeah, you have to adapt to your draft though, at all times.
Clearly, I tried to throw a variable in and change the landscape of the game, but
Which you did very well.
Yeah,
you
who's
still
on the
got your
clock, by the
guy,
way?
which is a good point.
Yeah,
Real
but
deal.
you still got your guy, which is the point I'm trying
Yeah.
to make here. Spot on. So,
There was a huge run of quarterbacks, and you still got your guy, Drew Lock, outside of Drew Brees. I would be excited with this strategy.
Oh, I'm very
And us
excited
messing
about
with you. You still came out on top.
Yeah.
and I
And,
think,
and
I
my
think-
point, like my point about this is with other people taking these second quarterbacks, it hurts their team and allows more value to fall to.
100%.
Exactly, dude. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, understand, I think we mentioned this earlier in the draft, is understand the settings of your league. I mean, if you're drafting multiple quarterbacks in a league where you only need one, then you're not really paying attention. Like, clearly I did it to be a jerk.
Yeah.
and just to
Which
and
I
just to
still
have a
love you
little
for.
fun. But it also created this platform or this topic for us to discuss, which I think is very clear. Like, pay attention to what is happening, because like this dude literally drafted all skill players.
Yeah.
Until the 14th round of a 15th round draft. So, I mean, it should give you an idea of how deep some of these positions are.
Yeah.
Everyone did something during this draft that oh shit, I got called out in the chat. I feel like everyone is doing something in this draft.
Shut up and read out what they called you about. What did they call you out about? Nobody
Don't
gives
worry
a
about
shit
it.
what you're about to fucking say. No.
They're like, is Joey Sly in the queue?
Yep.
Fuck.
Nobody called you out.
Fuck.
Yep.
Oh,
You got
fuck.
Joey Sly in the queue.
Oh fuck.
You
Fuck.
can't be slick about it. You're not Sly.
I know. I keep showing my hand.
I,
Stoner
know-
called me out
I
about
warned
that.
you already. I warned you once.
Yeah, no.
And in fact,
I've been warned twice. I've been warned twice about showing my hand. I just show my hand. Fuck.
Q is the only 5-letter word where 4 of them are silent. When you think about it, Q-U-E-U-E.
So really quick story about
Crazy,
Joey
yeah.
Sly. Really quick story
Yeah,
about
that
Joey
did just blow
Sly.
my mind.
Mind blown, hey? Mind blown.
So I was actually Joey
Learning a lot.
Sly's. I was Joey Sly's defensive coordinator in Pop Warner, and I played with his brother AJ. Made AJ, rest in peace. Right, I'm actually every time I say his name or I bring the story up, I always take a shot. Rest in peace, AJ. Fuck cancer. The Rumboyz Fans Network. We donate money every year towards cancer research. But like it hits home. But yeah.
Planned this perfectly. I just finished my 5th drink.
Hey, who was showing their guns earlier? Oh, it was just me and Tommy. I'm sorry. I didn't scare you guys. It was just me and Tommy. Never mind.
I'm a homer, so I picked the Patriots.
Yeah, aren't you in California? That's like you can't. Yeah, no concealed carry.
Oh, hey, hey, cheers to me. Hey, cheers to me. Cheers to you. Rest in peace, AJ Sly, my dude. I missed you.
Salud, huh?
But yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot to take a kicker and a defense. Damn it!
Oops.
You don't need them. I'm only taking a kicker for sentimental reasons.
I don't know why Robbie keeps putting in settings like that.
No, so I always put the settings in when I do the mock draft because most people's home league, that's how it's set.
Yeah, most people's home league see this is.
And
how
then I
it's
show
set.
you why you shouldn't do that, and then I show you why you should not.
Also with this, like in case we all aren't together forever, like we have this league and it's
Robbie,
down for a
we
season.
will be together forever.
Well, our staff is like, I mean, people, other people.
Beautiful, Justin.
Hey, yo, for real, I have to ask Paulie an interesting question. What does Indianapolis weed taste like?
What does Indianapolis?
What does Indianapolis weed taste like?
I mean, my guy gets it from Cali. So it tastes like,
yeah, that's what they all say. But
I got that Colorado good. Like,
hey, Paulie, why don't you let me send you something?
Hey, that sounds
let
great.
me send you something.
Shoot first and ask questions later, Oh, for 5 years.
Look,
Hey.
your boy just got
Little known
furloughed
fact:
today.
I lived in Colorado
Hold on.
from 1995 to 2000.
Yeah, but
I
it's
lived
the
there
real
when the
world
Broncos
now.
won the Super Bowl back in the day, and when the Avalanche.
Hold on. Stop talking. Your boy just got furloughed today, but I'm happy to send you something to try.
Fuck that. I'm sending you something.
Yeah, Stoner, I'm going to too. I have a buddy out here.
No,
who-
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, I know you are. I'm sure you
All
are.
I was saying is he might have to pay for it. That's all.
I got a buddy out here, Stoner, who he has a dispensary. So I'm gonna send you something, a gift from him, not from me
Okay.
because I'm in the military and I'm completely against anything that is illegal federally because that is not allowed. But I will make sure that he sends you something as a
What he
gift.
said. But
Listen, I'm
Yo.
smoking that really shitty Chicago dirt weed, so I need some good shit sent my way. I'll pay for it.
Jimmo,
Send me-
you have a package coming. Jimmo, you have a package coming.
Jim, I'll hit you up in AM if you want. I mean,
Hey, I'm up 24/7, sir. No problem. I got kids.
I got my cat already thrown out 2 orders. I'm just trying to see how many is too many for him.
How did we
No
all become
problem.
friends? How did we all become friends?
Fantasy football
Twitter.
and Twitter.
Yeah.
Those two things combined.
Honestly, real quick,
Twitter.
stepmom Lauren introduced me to Robbie. Robbie then introduced me to every
By the
single
way,
one of you.
I would allow stepmom Lauren to stepmom my children.
Yeah.
God damn
Nice.
it. That's my
So you'll marry
sister.
her.
That's my fantasy football sister, bro.
Cheers to stepmom Lauren.
Yeah. Hey, am I alive?
Yep, you're live.
Cool. Hey, for everybody that's looking for it's like, fuck painkillers. Everybody, CBD is the movement. www.milkandhoneytx.com. Shout out to Robbie. How's your back feeling?
A lot better. I have about at least per my personal
No,
evaluation.
you got to
about-
go to howsyourbackfeeling.com and write it down.
No, I just
I have
My
about-
wife
I have-
took-
Stop! Hey,
I
stop!
was gonna
Really
say,
quick.
My wife took my cup out of here, but I mean, we got some proteins from ladder.com.
Oh, yeah,
no,
LeBron.
Wait,
LeBron,
we're not
give me
all gonna plug our
money.
sponsors. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. But no, for real though, after about 2 days
2
use of this
applications.
product,
Yeah.
I have about 2 more days, and I think that my back will be 100% like alleviated of pain. Shout out to
Good,
Milk
right?
and Honey. This
Yeah.
is the best CBD product on the market for an athlete that is in healing. If you ever put on a pair of pads, if you ever put on a helmet, you know what it's like. And I do honestly, personally, me. Without you even bringing it up, I was going to bring this up at the end of the episode, but
Oh, thank you.
I do vouch for this product. Make sure you guys check out Milk and Honey Sports Cream. Check
Real-
them out on Instagram.
I was talking to Milk and Honey. I like their product. Fantasy Stoner, you should definitely check them out.
Yes.
I just didn't because
Yes.
like literally they're not a sponsor of my show only because of the image we tried to portray.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I
Not
like
even
their
try
product.
that the image that you do,
Bro, just like Justin.
Justin is our
well
PG.
over CBD.
Dude, clock management is the most universal.
Bobby, can we see the board?
Yeah, we're about to. I'm waiting until everyone gets done with their picks. But yes,
Bogart.
Bogart.
What's up, Stone?
That's why clock management is in the middle of my screen. Is because he is the nucleus of all of us.
Yes, bro. You sure?
Bogart,
Hey,
it's your pick. It's your last pick. It's your last pick.
I'm going kicker. I'm going Brandon McManus.
McManus, do you want me to plug it in?
Oh yeah, fuck it. Select it. It was there already, but yes, select it. Hell yeah. Because okay, so can we talk about Drew Lock? Are we concerned about Drew Lock's fantasy value?
No,
I think he's on the rise. I like him.
But no, hear me out.
I think the guys that went on both sides of him will score more. And Kirk Cousins went in that same spot. I'd rather have either one of those guys.
Okay, but hear me out. Vic Fangio, and I'm not just saying this as a Niner, because Vic Fangio, you know, he was a hell of a coordinator for us.
And the Bears too.
And the Bears too.
I'm just saying he's the 19th quarterback chosen.
And then with Brandon McManus, like I could see a lot of lower.
And that's the stat that matters, by the way. Is that
we're talking about a kicker.
Quarterback chosen.
No, but I'm saying though, lower scoring games with a top end defense and a hell of a kicker, where we could see a lot of like 13-10 wins. You know what I mean?
That's not how they want to win. That's how they've been forced to win.
Okay, thank you. This is why I asked the question.
Yeah, and that's why they spent draft capital on wide receivers. They brought in a great running back because they don't want to win by kicking field goals.
They are in the AFC West. Where
Yeah, they weren't going for these elite. Yeah, they weren't going for these elite defenders to try and keep scores down. They're trying to improve their offense because they have to keep up with the likes of Kansas City.
I mean, I'm asking this.
I mean, as much as I hate on Oakland, Oakland's improved their offense.
You mean Vegas?
Yeah, or sorry, Vegas. Yeah, Vegas Raiders. They improved their offense, so they're trying to keep up with these more higher end.
You mean they're all trying to keep up with the Chiefs?
Yeah, the Chiefs really, but
the Chiefs. Everybody, feel me on this.
It's kind of like how Seattle
they won
had
with
the Legion of Boom, and then you watch the rest of the NFC West have these elite defenses.
Where's my phone?
Word.
Fuck, I misplaced my phone.
And people hate on Drew Lock so much because he didn't throw for a lot last year. He didn't, but he didn't need to. That wasn't what he was there for.
I love Drew Lock because, first of all,
who's on the clock here? Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's on the clock, and I can't fucking find my phone, and I can't get in touch with him.
You want me to call you?
Tommy. Hey, y'all remember Best of the Best, the movie?
Someone who has Tommy's number, call Tommy. If we got.
Does anybody
his
remember
number,
Best
but
of
I'm
the
calling
Best?
you, Robbie, so you can find your phone.
Does anybody remember Best of the Best, the movie?
Call me. Hey, yo, Justin, call me. Jimmo.
I got it, Jimmo.
Okay.
Yeah, where's my other phone? I have like several phones.
I believe that.
I know.
Probably a pager too.
You know what? Because you know what? I might not play one on TV, but I am a doctor. I had that backwards, huh?
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV.
Yes, I definitely did. I had it backwards. Thank you, Jess. You were managing the clock right there because I basically have like 20 seconds before anyone just bites into my bullshit. He's like, you know what? Let me just save him right there.
What were we saying about Best of the Best?
Okay, remember Tommy? Pop it, Tommy. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember Julia Roberts' brother? Where he's like
Eric Roberts. Yes, Eric Roberts.
Pop it, Tommy. Remember?
Yeah, Eric Roberts, the actor. I remember that. He was the best in that, actually.
Yeah.
And he was the only one who actually won.
Yes, it was a good movie.
Because Chris Penn lost his fight.
Love Best of the Best, part one.
Hello.
What's up? Hello.
Hey, I'm gonna send off, guys.
On my phone.
Peace,
Wait, no,
man.
Jimmo, I need you to stick around. I need you to stick around for a minute.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
This crowd is too young for Best of the Best.
Wait, who's signing off? Who's signing off?
It's Paulie saying that. I got to see a man about a log.
Oh, okay, Paulie.
About a log.
Yeah.
I love
Foley
the
wants to
wordage
go drop
of
a
it.
few.
Paulie, stick around in the chat. Stick around in the chat when you're done.
Foley.
Okay.
Hey, Paulie, thank you for like just being alive, bro. Like you're just a hell of a person to meet, man.
Is that like talking to Jerry Garcia back in the day? Just stay alive, Jerry.
No, I'm just saying, just in general, like we're all alive. I'm glad to meet you. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, thanks, guys. I think you guys say the Rumboyz have dynasty. Because, really, we're more dynasty focused. If you come to can'tcutlist.com, that's all the undroppables. Me, Stoner, Doug, Easy, Terminator, D Brown, Chalk, Jax Falcone.
Jax Falcone, yes.
Falcone.
Rankings, rookie rankings.
Jax is the GOAT.
Our rankings are
Jax is
super
a mob
flex.
boss. Low key's a mafia
And
boss.
Paulie, like I followed all of you before I ever checked out your guys' podcast because like I didn't even know that like when I first made my Twitter, I started following all these other people and it's just people I like their takes. And then I realized you guys were all part of the same organization. And I'm like, that's
universe.
just fucking awesome.
The fucking universe doesn't lie.
And
Yeah,
then
we're
we
the
were already
Cannes
cool
Film
with you,
Festival
too,
of
Glock.
fantasy.
It wasn't like you were a stranger. I mean, you and I had interacted ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like we had known each other long before I had become a part of the Undroppables, or that didn't even become a notion.
Are you the newest addition, Stoner?
Jay, it just ended. Our draft has officially ended.
Brah! Brah!
All right.
And Stoner, I have to say, you are a man of your word. You went QB. Your last
Very last
picks.
Who did he grab?
He doesn't backtrack.
Not Ryan
Does not backtrack.
Nice.
Doesn't backtrack.
Tannehill
Does
even.
no backtrack.
Damn, that's a good one.
There is
Yeah.
zero backtracking.
I have always been a man of my
Listen.
word. If you say that you're going to be somewhere at 9:30, I've always been of the belief that you should be there at 9:15.
Now,
And if I
Stoner,
tell you,
that
hold
is-
on, if I tell you that I'm going to draft all quarterbacks, I'm going to draft all quarterbacks.
Stoner. So I am right in line with that. Being a military person, I completely agree with you. But also being a military person, I am all about misdirection. So
Yeah.
I will tell you I'm doing something during a draft and do the complete opposite just to try and make you make a different decision.
No, I get it. And you're putting all your eggs into a Drew Lock basket.
I am,
So,
which
I also
not
have
ideal.
a multitude of quarterbacks that I could
Yeah,
snipe
and
players.
there's a
from you
very
later
good
on.
chance I'm going to
So,
grab whichever quarterback you drop because I like all of your quarterbacks.
Who's to say I'm going to drop him before I try to trade him?
So, are
Hey,
we-
Robbie,
Because I'm
I'd
not
be
going to
super-
trade you. I'll sit there and lose until you drop.
I'd be super keen to make this a real draft. Why don't we just put this as a
I'm about to.
You
Listen.
want to do that now that I picked 7 quarterbacks?
I feel like it's only fitting. It's only fitting.
Hold on.
I want to ask. We're gonna do
I'm-
simple.
Hold
We're
on.
gonna
I'm
do
down.
simple.
I'm down to say $10 a person. You know, donate it to charity. Whoever wins, pick the charity. But I'm fine doing that. Like,
If we're donating to charity, let's do 20.
Let's do
whatever.
Let's do it to the
whatever.
to Corona confinement.
Well, the
Goddamn.
winner chooses. Winner chooses the
I'm
charity
just
they want to
saying
give it
that
to.
There you
If
go.
everybody,
Yes.
if everybody is on board with doing that, even though I picked 17 quarterbacks, I'll still.
So you
I'll
mean you're
still
in
do
a trade
it.
market? You're gonna be in a
Somehow
trade market.
Stoner drafted more quarterbacks than there are rounds. I don't know how he did it, but he
The
did.
rest of my
Impressive.
team is dope, though. The rest of my team is good.
Listen,
Bro,
I-
Gandalf has magic
I kept
capabilities.
saying
bro.
this could become a real thing.
What's up, Rob?
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna win it
I
this
think,
year
I think
anyway.
most of
Again.
us are. I would suggest, Robbie, that you send correspondence to everyone, $20 just to make sure it's cool. And
Yeah, we can get back in that Twitter chat.
And we'll set up Venmo or whatever it is, and we'll just donate already.
yeah,
and-
it's a
oh,
redraft league. It is what it is.
If any,
And-
hit me up if you're not cool with the price.
Yeah, and
No,
yeah,
man, come on,
yeah. If
$20, come on.
$10 is better, I'll pay the extra 10.
What is
that's
that,
I'm saying. Hit me-
2,000 pennies?
I'm not gonna call no one out, but hit me up if you're not down with the price.
Come
it'll
on.
work out. We'll
For
work
a
it
good
out.
cause?
No, but
Come on.
for sure, I would be happy to call it a redraft league. Winner calls it charity.
I love it.
love
I
that.
love that.
Love it.
Here we go.
Love it.
Here we go.
Love it, bro.
Here we go.
We're all about giving back, man. You know what I'm saying?
Gentlemen, I want to make sure that you all see this here on your screen.
I'd call it my Rumboyz charity one. I mean, because there might be more than one of them.
And Ryan, unfortunately, I can't trade you for Dalvin Cook in this
We
one.
are-
But Jimmo, I will be hitting you up for my handcuff.
There's a reason
And
I
I'm
took
sure
him.
that you'll be hitting me up for a quarterback. So I'll,
But that won't be till like
Whoever
week
took
3. That won't be
whoever
till like
took Todd
week 3.
Gurley, you'll be hearing from me. Whoever took Todd Gurley.
Did anybody get my man
Me.
Minshew the Ginsu? Is the
I
Ginsu
can
still
wait.
out there?
Minshew's still out there. Still out there.
I should have grabbed the Ginsu.
Just flapping in the wind. Flapping in the wind.
Just his mustache. Like,
listen, fellas, we have to make this official because this is the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. All right. So go ahead, whatever you have. If you're smoking, if you're drinking, whatever illicit thing that you have, this is the very last illicit thing that you're going to take of the night because this is going to be the very last thing that solidifies this bond. This draft could maybe convert into a future dynasty.
No, let's make it official. Maybe or for sure. Like, let's
I won't say. I wouldn't mind doing a dynasty with you guys, but we'd have to redo this draft.
Yeah, exactly. I am 100%. My draft would look a lot different.
Nothing is more official than a shot of BBD.
Robbie,
I got a tiny bit left in my cup.
The winging.
Hey, listen. Here's how we're gonna do this. Listen.
I swear, if I drink that, it would make my dick bigger.
Hey, time out.
Let Robbie go.
Time out. I can definitely get us with a dynasty draft set up. We could draft maybe in a couple weeks, and same thing. Everyone throws $20 in. We
run it.
Take the time to determine what the roster should be, and
let's
since we all have groups that we work with, it doesn't necessarily have to be, Ryan or Stoner or Robbie. It's, each entity, you know what I'm saying? Rather than
representing
an individual person, because
representing a charity even.
Yeah, because now it's 12 individuals / organizations that are contributing to charity.
Yes, and that's so fucking awesome, dude. That's what we want to deliver for the world right now.
I think it's a great idea, and jumping on it.
And we could take if it's $20, we could take $5 from everyone and then donate to the Corona of efforts even.
Honestly, has no difference than what Scott Fish does, where he collects money for fantasy.
Oh yeah, the fishbowl joint. Oh my
God. We can
I'm
always
going to discuss all the charity side of it behind scenes.
Yeah, so let's consider that to be the way that we go, and
it's
maybe
going to be the way that we go.
Maybe in a month we'll fucking do another one of these and do a draft.
But with that said, Capri Sun, give me money.
In my home league, I take $10 per person for a league. All of that money goes to a charity, and then whoever wins, I give them an autographed jersey from whatever their favorite team is.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
I think that's great.
And I pay for myself.
Hey, but
you
listen,
have every autograph jersey. Jeff.
I do. I have way too many.
So buy me all Deebo Samuel jerseys every year when I win. Every year.
No, so 49ers, I don't have very many new players, but I have a lot of old ones.
Watch my Deebo Samuel interview.
Hey, it was a hell of an interview, bro.
Thank you.
Hell of an interview.
You say that like I hadn't seen it already.
Hey,
yeah.
Like I did
on Monday,
tell you
I'm
then. Thanks for
Monday, I'm
jumping
finally sending that jersey to you, Robbie.
Thank you. Fellas,
I've been promising Robbie a Jerry Rice autograph jersey for like 8 months.
Fellas,
you giving him the gold?
Yeah, I have a few of them.
He knows.
I'm sorry, Robbie. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He knows me and Jerry Rice's connection. He knows.
That's literally the greatest football.
Shout out to the
Dude,
GOAT.
I've been obsessed with Jerry Rice since I was like 6 years old.
To the fantasy GOAT.
Of all football players, Jerry Rice is the GOAT.
GOAT.
Hey, let's go ahead and let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click the magical button.
Hey,
guys,
I think this is great. Now that we mentioned this, Robbie, hold on, time out. Let him speak. I haven't stopped talking, so let me say some more cool stuff.
Yes.
But real talk, someone posted that thing earlier where it was like, hey, if historically speaking you did a draft, who would be your number one draft pick? And I commented and I said to her, hey, look, Jerry Rice is the greatest player of all time, but Lawrence Taylor would be my number one draft pick.
Oh, with the IDP
With the IDP, yes.
IDP. Only Fantasy Stoner could do that. Only fucking Fantasy Stoner can.
You know why? Because he destroyed our Joe Montana too. Destroyed him.
No, but here's the thing.
He broke his sternum even.
If you know anything about Stoner?
No, that was Leonard Marshall.
Was it? I was wrong. Okay, I
Yeah.
retract my
Wait,
statement.
you know anything about Stoner's
Retract
gonna
my statement.
respect that because he's played line both sides.
Yeah, I feel like you have to win the line of scrimmage, and they're on the line of scrimmage, offensive and defensive. There is no bigger game changer in the history of football than Lawrence Taylor on the line of scrimmage.
Hey guys, I got to bounce. Okay, so I'll catch you guys.
Man.
Let's do this.
Let's do our cheers real quick.
Are we making this a league?
Yes.
Yes.
Redraft?
Yes.
Sure.
Redraft.
Yeah.
So this is real. This is real.
This is
All
real.
I love my
set
team.
up- We'll set up a charity dynasty league down the road.
Boys and girls,
Yeah.
what it do?
Dilly
Dilly
dilly.
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 Like, so this is a real league.
Yep.
Really?
I would take Barry Sanders number 1 overall.
Hey, go.
Yeah, we'll
Hey,
just do it for $10.
Hey, go.
I thought
Can I
that
say
was
one
an
thing to the
interesting
goat?
question.
Can I say
And-
one thing to the GOAT before he leaves? I just want to say Foster's Australian for GOAT.
And Brian, I'll be sending you a trade here shortly.
I'm waiting on it.
I need that Drew Brees.
Anyway, I thought that was a dope question, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I would pick Lawrence Taylor. Like I was legit
Yeah, you're right, bro.
pick a
You know what?
defensive end, and that's ballsy right there.
Damn, that's fucking gangster, bro. That's standoff shit.
Bro, I just gotta
My
say, I planned
second
this
choice- hold
perfectly.
on.
I
My
just
second
finished my
choice
5th drink.
Would be Reggie White.
I was just gonna say Reggie White is the only
Oh.
one that could make that push. So
Yeah,
My
to
third
give you
choice
an
would be
argument,
Bruce
yeah.
Smith.
Damn, bro.
No, but I'm
Reggie
I
White,
don't
too,
disagree
bro.
with you, but as
I'd take Jerry.
as a
I'd take-
49er fan, unless it's not I'm actually